Hello and welcome back to the Nexus Gaming Series Storm Division. Hope you're having a great day out there. I am the Crushinator and I will be your host today, but I'm not alone. Jinxie Cat joining me on the desk. Jinxie, how you doing today?
Hi, I am doing fantastic. Thanks so much. Really excited to watch some superb heroes action and get right into it because this has been, a little bit of a feud for these two teams.
Big rivalry going on between these two very winning teams here in the Storm Division. Speaking of rivalry, let's jump right over to the stats screen. Let you know about tonight's matchup. Team Alexander coming in tonight 9-1 on the season, but that one loss is to Chili Mountain. Map record 26-14. Most played maps for them, Battlefield of Eternity. They're actually at 3-6 as their most played map, but they are 5-3 on Towers of Doom. Most played heroes for them, 10-5 on Cassia, 9-6 on Diablo, 8-5 on Hanzo. Looking over at Chili Mountain, they come into tonight 8-2, 26-12 on the map record. Best maps for them, Infernal Shrines at 6-2, Battlefield of Eternity 5-2. Best heroes for them, also Cassia 9-4, Diablo 8-5, and Greymane at 7-5. So very similar heroes coming out here, Jinxie. Looks like the draft's getting going. So let's jump over to the maps for a moment. And just remind everyone, or tell everyone, what the state of the series is. Map bans, Infernal Shrines, Dragonshire, Cursed Hollow, and Alterac Pass, and it will actually be Battlefield of Eternity for game number 1. You better jump into this draft because they're going in straight away here.
Right out the gate, you can see pretty standard for Team Alexander getting rid of the Garrosh here. I wouldn't be surprised to see the Chromie or the Ana taken away. And then, of course, nobody gets to play the Cassia right now. They're just going to go ahead and remove her. Too powerful, very strong on the map, so it makes sense. There's the Ana.
There's that Ana ban, very set in the meta here in the Storm Division. They've had a whole lot of games against one another, and it's become clear who's risen to the top in terms of the hero pools. As we're looking at the second ban here from Chili Mountain. Interesting to see if the Diablo ban comes out. It is very highly sought after from both of our teams, but like you said, Chromie's kind of a force. There it is. Good call there, Jinxie.
Well, thank you. I've seen these guys a couple of times here. Now, like you said, we could be seeing the Diablo is really strong on the map. Otherwise, Diva and Gazlo are still available. And it's actually going to be the Stukov for Hyde, which I guess makes sense. He is, number 1 player killer Stukov.
Absolutely. Stukov extremely impactful here at the highest end levels of play. And having that silence is just so helpful. These players are so good with their medallion timings, and you can't press that button when you're silenced.
Kairu from Running Wild actually brought that up to me the other day, and I was like, that's so smart. It makes a lot of sense why we're seeing, more of the Brightwing with the Hush and the Polymorph, as we're actually going to see Deckard and Sylvanas come out here first, another hero who has a big silence. So not being able to hit that critical medallion can, really turn things from bad to worse.
Prioritizing the silence are both of our teams. Interesting Deckard pick here. You can't always dictate where the fights are going to happen on Battlefield, but if you can delay long enough, you can get those potions down. So we see Gondar going to grab the Rainer, and Spell going to be playing Muradin. Now, Muradin, we do see on Battlefield of Eternity sometimes because of that sledgehammer value. Do you see Spell on Muradin a bit here, Jinxie?
I haven't seen a whole lot of Spells Muradin. I'm interested to see why he took it, since the Diablo is still available. But like you said, the Sledgehammer going to be pretty helpful moving forward, especially with that Rainer pickup. That's a lot of race.
It is a lot of race coming on out here from Team Alexander. Muradin a little bit more unwieldy as a tank in the current meta. No point-and-click abilities other than Haymaker, of course, though.
Right.
Not necessarily the most meta pick, but if you're looking to displace someone, Muradin can jump right past you, Haymaker you back, you land in a silence pool. Could work out, though I'm expecting Avatar for sure. Chili Mountain, there's that Diablo from Tremor, and oh my goodness, it's Deathwing from Xenaris.
I love this. First and foremost, I should have say, I didn't know I needed the Silence Haymaker combo until you just said it, but now that's been put in my brain, fingers crossed, probably won't see it. But I think the Deathwing is still very smart here. Still the opportunities to pick up a couple of counters to it, but then you have to consider, you have Leoric on Battlefield of Eternity, which isn't necessarily the best, considering the best mouse up. But there it is, Mouth Ale from Nacho Jin, tried and true, one of his favorite most played heroes.
Very, very strong on that Tychus for sure, taking a double counter, kind of a triple counter with that Rainer to the Deathwing, so Xenaris isn't going to be able to stick around for too long in these fights. Have to come in fast and hard. Infrared with the final pick here. Greymane's still on the board. Seems like it might fit. What do you think here, Jinxie?
I think it would be a really smart pick, gives him lots of good race, but it's actually going to be Artanis, so we're going for a triple. I wouldn't say triple bruiser, but like tanky bruiser, very thick front line.
Very thick indeed. It looks like, I'm guessing Deathwing is going to be down in the bottom lane while Artanis is up in the solo. Interesting setup here for sure. Chili Mountain looking to possibly bully Team Alexander out of lane with this comp. We don't have to wonder for much longer, so we're loading up here on Battlefield of Eternity. It's Team Alexander versus Chili Mountain in game number 1. Here we go. All right, loading on in here to Battlefield of Eternity. One last look at these comps. We've got a bit of a more backline comp versus a very frontline comp. Chili Mountain. Interesting to see how these two teams are going to clash, but here we go. Game number 1. On the left in the blue, it is Team Alexander with Lockdown on the Tychus, Nachojin on the Malthael, Hyde playing Stukov, Gondar on the Rainer, and Spell playing Muradin.
And over here on the right-hand side, we have Chili Mountain with Infrared going to be playing that Deathwing. Tremor on the Diablo. Roger is going to be your Sylvanas. Mason Blaze on that Deckard Cain. Up in the top lane, it's Xenaris on that Artanis.
Here we go. Game number 1 is underway. We see Team Alexander splitting in the mid, looking for any Sylvanas shenanigans here, but it doesn't look like Chili Mountain is doing anything too cheesy. We're just going to wait in lane and try to use that big presence from the Diablo Deathwing to control the space.
Early on, it's going to be kind of difficult, I think, for Team Alexander to really step up and get a whole lot done. We're seeing that whole rush count right at the gate, and Chili Mountain comes out swinging. Lockdown taking quite a bit of damage. Tremor on the Diablo has to get out of the silence. And already Lockdown, oof, has to tap.
That Sapphire on one from Deckard seemed like it caught out Team Alexander off guard there with the extra slow 3 players rooted. So that's going to definitely make it even harder to step into this heavy front line of Chili Mountain. Looks like we have a rotation here from Lockdown. Xenaris staying on the mount for now, maybe sensing something here, Jinxie.
Has to be really careful. Yep, Lockdown comes in and gets his dash away. Gonna lose most of his health, but really well played by Team Alexander. Great communication from Chili Mountain. Let's see if maybe we can get a swap here. It doesn't look like it. We move down to the bottom lane, bottom camp going over to the red team, and they're just really looking to pick up as much as they can with these big bulky bodies and an extra power spike from having the Deathwing early on. They know that it's going to be really difficult to kill him.
I really like this rotation coming out here from Team Alexander. They see that they're not going to get a lot of pressure in the bottom lane versus this Diablo Deathwing, so they just move up to the top. We see Hyde and Lockdown pressuring out Xenaris here, forcing the rotation from Infrared. Very cool adjustment there.
A really, really smart play. I like that a lot. You can see that Sylvanas, Deckard Cain, they don't push nearly as well, so top wall already gone down. We're seeing black arrows come down, but a quick rotation from the side of Chili Mountain, or Team Alexander here onto Chili Mountain is going to put an end to that. Oh, can Hyde get away? He doesn't have a heal. That's first blood going over to the red team.
The dagger of Sylvanas just ticking away onto Stukov there, getting the last hit. Said first blood for Chili Mountain. We're going to see we're at the 2-minute 30 mark, which means it's time to jump on these Shaman camps and prepare for the first objective of the game. What do you think's got the better race right now at level 1, Jinxie?
So looking at them level 1, we didn't offer the siege hammer actually. So I think the better just initial race goes over to the side of Chili Mountain, but as we continue on and as we find those picks later on, I think Team Alexander will scale better into this because my favorite thing about Battlefield of Eternity is you go for a pick comp and you can't race if you're dead.
Absolutely. Having that balance between race and team fight is so important here. Looks like Team Alexander managed to get onto the Immortal first. Spell, oh my goodness, somehow getting the stun there onto Tremor before the charge connected. Looks like Team Alexander, with the superior positioning, are ahead here as we go into race positions.
Always how it happens. As soon as you make your caster call, and then they do the opposite. Gonna see a little bit of defense come out here from the side of Chili Mountain. Now jumping onto that blue Immortal, Sylvanas gonna be the first to fall down. Spell harassing Mason, gets hit a little bit by Xenaris, has to get away. Great swap, great follow-up. Medallion comes out for lockdown, but maybe too late. Just the Bruiser's chasing right now. That is going to be the first Immortal going over to the side of the Team Alexander.
Oh, Lockdown might not be out of trouble just yet. Getting healed up a little bit. Looks like it can be alive in the back, and Team Alexander turning this thing around. That's going to be Tremor going down here, and a pretty healthy Immortal going over to Team Alexander. I really liked how that second phase went. It was a little bit of a two ships passing in the night situation. We saw Chili Mountain go down the middle for the defense, but Team Alexander just went around the flanks and commanded that space. Another fantastic rotation here from Team Alexander.
We're really seeing the value of the Tychus as we move forward, and the Rainer as well is getting onto these big heavy bodies and shredding them. Now that we have level 7 for Team Alexander, it's becoming harder and harder for Diablo, and definitely just trying to bully their way in. We're going to see Spell come in here, Nacho did also as well. Great shadow charge from Trevor, but that's a really early fort for this first Immortal crash.
Especially into the Sylvanas comp, which you expect to be the one getting extra value out of this Immortal. Already on the keep wall here is Team Alexander, and there goes Diablo again. The slows and the silences, just so much to deal with here for Chili Mountain. We'll have to see how they recover from this.
It's just going to be a lot of bullying that front line, and I think the Stukov was so smart, and despite the fact that Diablo has gotten so much value for Chili Mountain moving on, I feel like it was kind of risky to take into that Stukov, because every time that we've seen him go in, he just gets silenced underneath, and then he's kind of a sitting duck.
Absolutely here. Diablo going to have a tough time into this composition. They've got the Deathwing off tank. I'm excited to see how these fights are going to turn once we reach level 10, because we've got the last rites potentially coming out from Malthael, but on the other side of the field, we've got the blind from Artanis for that Rainer Tychus.
We're going to see a continuous push down here. Yeah, I think Ultimates will definitely change this. Deathwing still has that Cataclysm available. We're going to see a little bit of a team fight break out here. Lockdown gets quite low, but still able to get down. Spell and Lockdown.
Big swap.
Great swap. I was about to say seeming very unkillable, but after that, nope, Lockdown will fall just before the Immortal. We'll be back in time to contest, but nope, very close, but no cigar.
Tried to read the juke of Gondar there, couldn't quite get it. Looks like Chili Mountain going to have to back off here as level 10s have arrived. Nacho Jin moving in. Look at that silent slow once again. Just all sorts of trouble for Tremor. Diablo's going to go down here. Oh, Malthael falling as well. A little bit of a trade out. Diablo souls for the Malthael as we head into this second objective.
So this is going to be a little bit more interesting now, seeing as level 10 was also hit by Chili Mountain in that fight, but most of those heroic abilities were used. We don't have the last rites, we don't have the flailing swipes, and the Banshee went down as well, but there are still 5 fresh ultimates here from the side of Chili Mountain. Another beautiful swap onto Lockdown. No one was in position. Out comes the Avatar from Spell. Gondar just chunking away at Xenaris, and nobody has used an ultimate yet. Stay Wild and Listen finally coming down. There's the APOC. The interrupt comes in with with the Cataclysm, and Team
Look at
Alexander
that
are in a
damage.
terrible position as 3 of them are picked off here at the early start of this Immortal.
A fantastic ult stack coming out there from Chili Mountain, exactly how you draw it up. They get their 3 kills, and they're going to trigger the halftime show here. All of a sudden, Chili Mountain getting right back into this game.
Oh,
Looks like we have a quick pause here. Bring it back to the caster screen as these players work this out. Interesting game so far here, Jinxie. Team Alexander looking a league above in the early going, but all of a sudden, level 10 comes around, and we've got ourselves a match here.
I was really starting to get worried for Chili Mountain. I was kind of wondering, is this where Team Alexander stops playing around because they have had it really easy? Maybe they got a little bit careless in the later parts of the season. Chili Mountain been kind of the boogeyman of Team Alexander, but this is like a totally different team. However, like you said, lots of comeback potential from Chili Mountain, showing signs of life here as we get into the mid-game.
Absolutely. I'm interested to see. They finally get the opportunity. Well, I'm guessing that's they haven't got the Immortal just yet. But assuming they do get this Immortal, they do have Roger on the Sylvanas to try to get a similar amount of value in this push. Though Team Alexander did string together a few kills to get that much damage. I'm excited to see how much Chili Mountain can do with the Black Arrows.
If they get it, I think it's going to be a devastating push. However, in just a couple of seconds, Team Alexander are going to be back up. And seeing as we no longer have that big 1-2-3 kill combo from the side of Chili Mountain, they're going to have to play much safer, I think, as Brainer, Tychus are just ripping apart all 3 of those big bruisers.
Absolutely. That damage is only going to get worse as the game goes on here. Diablo able to about halfway through the souls right now, trying to get that health back up, but as the health goes back up, the percent damage goes up as well. So those souls, they help, but not as much into this Tychus Malthael for sure. If I take a quick look at the heroics here, doesn't look like anything too out of the ordinary. Rainer's Raider was chosen instead of Hyperion, so going for that extra team fight value rather than the push value, which I think is probably the way to go. Do you play much Rainer here, Jinxie?
So I don't play a ton of Rainer. I do like the Raider, though, especially if Team Alexander is just trying to focus down and kill one person. It helps out. I assume that's kind of what they're going for.
Yeah, I mean, it's a great chase tool because it's quick and you get to dismount people. You get the extra damage if you're able to micro it properly. I have so much trouble microing that darn little thing. I can never tell where it is on the ground. It's just, I just want to put the big moving circle out and go about my day,
Yeah, I am 100% the same way. It's the same reason that I don't play Rexar. Just that I can barely focus on one hero, and then you give me 2 or like something to move around, and it's just a nightmare. So big ship go burr. That's kind of me.
That's the way to go, I think, yeah.
One thing I kind of want to talk about is the Skyfall pickup for Deathwing here. Now, we typically see that when you want to stop a channel, something like Cursed Hollow, Garden of Terror. But we have it here for BOE, and I'm wondering if you have any thoughts about that, why maybe we would pick up Skyfall over something else, especially if the big combo is APOC into Stay a While. Any thoughts?
Well, the big advantage with Skyfall, other than... Oh, looks like we're starting back up. We better jump back in there.
Yeah, definitely.
Skyfall does give Deathwing a little bit of extra healing. Not a ton, but it does give a little bit of extra healing. So it could be that Xenaris is valuing getting to the battlefield just a little bit healthier that much quicker, as opposed to the other options there on 7.
I have like a level 27 Deathwing, and this is the first time that I've noticed that it heals him. So today I learned that's a really, really solid pickup there. We are going to see Chili Mountain pick up this Immortal, head to the top lane. They managed to grab the Bruiser camp as well, and this is going to look like a scary push in the top lane, Crush.
There's a Shaman camp on the way there, but Sylvanas had to back. That means that Team Alexander are going to get a little bit of burn time here. Shielding is already down, but here comes Chili Mountain. They're up looking for a kill. Roger joining the crew as well, while Malthael pushes Deathwing back in the bottom lane. Xenaris, going for a little bit of a back swap on the lockdown. There's the black arrows coming out, and this is where it can get tricky for Team Alexander. Can Chili Mountain move up on this?
And gain back just as much ground as they lost in the bottom lane, but Xenaris is getting very, very low. Lockdown chases after him. That's a great silence, and down he goes. Beautiful stun onto Tremor. Stay wild. Listen, though, for this shutdown. APOC is good. Can they turn it round?
Going for the full stack there. Lockdown having to boost away. So a bit of a counter pressure there from Team Alexander. Almost turned around 3v4 by Chili Mountain, once again showing that scary ult stack. But now the teams are reset. Also, Artanis about to return to the battlefield here. The teams are just going to go ahead, grab their XP, and try to keep that lane vision alive.
Right now, it's all about what can you get on the map. These two camps are available. The Soak, like you said, nobody's really looking for a fight right now unless they can pick off something that's in their favor. So maybe finding this 1v4 here will be really solid, but it does not look like Team Chili Mountain is going to take that. They're just going to try and disengage here. When Deathman comes down,
there we go. There's the blind. Trevor moving on to spell here. Xenaris with the swap bat. Can they actually get Muradin here? So much damage going into spell. That's going to be a kill for Chili Mountain. Gondar and Hyde trying to stay away from the walls. Make sure Diablo doesn't get that pin. Nice juke there by Hyde, but Infrared isn't done. Cataclysm right over the top. Bellowing Roar going to push Nacho Jin off to the left. Overall, successful retreat here for Team Alexander, though they do lose their tank. What were we saying about not fighting there? I'm surprised that broke out there, Jinxie.
I thought for sure that Chili Mountain were just going to back out, you know, just let them get the free clear, but they saw the advantage, they took it, ended up getting spell, and now they will have the advantage for picking up this early positioning on the Immortal.
Nice blind there from Artanis, buying a little bit of time here. Spell just relentless, jumping straight into Xenaris and Roger here. Tremor once again being targeted. Mason Blaze trying to peel away. Oh, the last rites is going to be just enough. Diablo trying to pair that Apocalypse, but will have those souls reset again. Team Alexander just relentless in their aggression. That's definitely something Muradin can do that other tanks can't here, Jinxie.
Is really helpful to get in and out. Are going to see the Immortal once again actually go over to Team Alexander. They managed to find it here in this second half. There's gonna be spell going down once again, though. Can they get a kill and deny this push? It looks like just spell going down. So not necessarily the worst thing happening.
Spell just jumping in with impunity all game long here. Only been punished twice for it. But every advantage Team Alexander can get, they are going for, as they're now pushing down this top fort. Infrared going down to half health as Odin pushing into this top keep wall. Can the defense hold here?
Is going to be a tough one with the Odin out. The frontliners are going to have to stay back, which is really hard. We're going to see Infrared get even lower on that last armor plate. Immortal still looking very healthy. A beautiful silence shuts down anything from stepping up into him. It looks like happy with the wall, though. Team Alexander are just going to go ahead back up here, and that does give Chili Mountain some respite as they manage to clear it before taking too much keep damage.
The just pure aggression here from Team Alexander with that consistent sustain out of Raynor and Tychus, and Spell just unafraid of anything. Chili Mountain a little bit on the back foot here, though when they've been able to turn these team fights, they've been able to turn them very, very well. I think if Chili Mountain can dictate the engages, they have a great, great chance here in this game.
It's still anyone's game. It's been a couple of rough back and forth. They've managed to find the picks. They've shown we can blow up your front line too. And having the Malthael really helps because he does a lot of percent damage, but that is a very squishy front line. So if that Muradin goes down, then Team Alexander just kind of have to retreat. We might be seeing another team fight here. There is no fort. Chili Mountain has to back up quickly. Out comes the Will of the Forsaken from Sylvanas, and that is a pretty gnarly cooldown to burn before well, it's a while to the objective, but that does seed over this bottom camp and allow them to get a little bit extra push here.
It's like Team Alexander moving in aggressively. Deathwing seen in the top lane trying to clear away this camp. Are we going to see a rotation up to Deathwing as the Immortals are spawning here in a few seconds? Both teams have already taken their Shamans. So it looks like the teams will just rotate around, clear out these lanes, and prepare for the next Immortal phase.
Everybody just trying to get that race to 20 now, since 16 is online for both of them. Again, they don't want to fight unless they can try and take something favorable. It looks like both of them trying to do so. We see the danger come out. It's going to be a defense for Chili Mountain. See, they can't find some of these backliners. They better be careful. Out comes the Shattered Ground from Deathwing. If Diablo can find a ping up against one of those walls, it's going to be really bad news.
Absolutely. Looks like Chili Mountain finally in a favorable defensive position here as we see Deathwing taking a little bit of poke damage from the outside, but Spell's just looking for any opportunity to jump onto that backline of Chili Mountain, but fantastic rotational positioning means that the race will be delayed for now. Chili Mountain's going to have to leak someone out to the back eventually, but Xenaris just, at the first sign of movement, you know that Team Alexander's going to go in here.
They're just waiting for somebody to step away, preferably one of the damage dealers. You know, maybe Xenaris goes away as he has been a really great engage tool. Nacho Jin going to go in, last right, finishes off Tremor before much can happen. Out comes the Odin, they're looking for blood. Roger dropping that Will of the Forsaken, has to back up. Out comes Silence of Cataclysm, puts an end to that really quickly. And now Chili Mountain playing from the back foot once again.
Blink your eyes and they're gone. Diablo down again. Raynor, Tychus, just so, it's got to be so frustrating right now for Tremor. Just trying to form a reasonable front line, and you can't even stand there for a moment before Team Alexander just takes your whole health bar.
I thought for sure moving through here that they were going to be able to bully their way through, find these kills, and then get these Immortals. But like you said, there isn't a whole lot that any of the frontliners can do, and it's putting Roger in a really uncomfortable position, not able to do what he needs to do to deal the damage in there. And so now we are just going to see Team Alexander pushing in on keep. If they play this correctly with a full health Immortal, full shield, this could be the end of the game.
They've been playing very aggressively up to this point. They will definitely be looking for a pick here. They're not going to find level 20, so it'll be even Talonteers for this push. But here goes Spell, looking to find a quick Stormbolt. There's the combo here from Chili Mountain. Lockdown alive in the back. Mason Blaze getting away from the last rights here. And this may be turning sour here for Team Alexander. Nacho Jin gets pinned. There goes Malthael. Mason Blaze keeping everyone alive. The silence is good onto Spell. It's getting swapped back in here. Xenaris avoiding that stun. Oh no, it comes on through. That's going to be it for Artanis. We've got a trade on the Bruisers here. And the Spell, the shield on the objective still alive here. This could be it here, Jinxie.
Gondar is looking quite low, but he can hang on, then they still have a chance. Infrared is very low. Only the sky heals him. That is going to be Gondar going down. Hyde now eaten by the entire Molten Glass with that conflagration is just decimated. Another beautiful Molten Breath. That's
Look at the commitment.
The Immortal is so good. Oh, I don't know if they can do it even with the 5-man team. Why 8%? That's going to be game number 1 going over to Team Alexander.
What a call there from Team Alexander, just moving past, knowing they were on the clock. But such a healthy Immortal pushes Team Alexander to victory. GG.
Oh man, what a great opening game number 1. Lots of back and forth from them. We can see here on this end screen 8-13, so pretty close in deaths here. But we look at the damage from Team Alexander. You can see 67k from Lockdown, just chunking away at that front line.
Two of the healthiest frontliners in the game in Deathwing and Diablo. Tychus having an absolute field day out there. We saw Roger on the Sylvanas dealing some big damage as well, but like you mentioned in the mid-game, just so difficult to step up when your tank only has a moment to peel for you.
I like the Sylvanas. I would have maybe preferred to see if we're going for kind of a hyper carry, maybe a Vala, just in the fact that they had so much frontline and they saw it was a lot of frontline counter. Maybe she could have done better trying to find some of those picks. Getting the Manticore might have helped with hopping in. Now, the biggest thing, which again, a little bit of a deferment from game number 1, is that wave clear is key. You have to be able to get those gems and turn in, but you also want to have good zone control, something that can just kind of poke folks out forever, because we've seen so many times those games where, one team, they've got like 175 gems on them and they just cannot turn them in until a big team fight where they lose them all and end up with 8. So ideally,
Mhm.
that's the kind of comp you want to form.
Absolutely. Chat, let me know if I fixed it. I don't see her peeking into the mic anymore, so I'm hoping it's fixed. But let's focus on the draft here. Another Cassia ban coming on out from Chili Mountain. Team Alexander. I'm expecting pretty similar bans here. I mean, the meta's the meta, right?
Exactly. There's a reason that they overlap with like 75% on their top tier best picked heroes. So again, Cassia, Team Alexander, there's the Garrosh. Once again, do not want to deal with it. I thought maybe, when they first started doing it, I'm like, okay, this team is a really insane Garrosh, but trying to dodge a Garrosh on 200 ping is pretty difficult. So it makes sense to get rid of him.
Definitely a consideration to be had. A lot of snap movements required when the repositioning is so crazy. Like with Garrosh, Chili Mountain, they're going to respect the Stukov this time. Going to take that away from Hyde here.
I'm 100% okay with this. Chromie, definitely something you can dodge if she catches you and we never see it anymore, but like say Temporal Loop, you can cleanse that. You can't cleanse that silence like you were saying earlier. You can't unstoppable while you're in the pool. So makes sense to get it out of there, and Hyde is just so good at what he does.
Ana taken away as well. Hyper carry mage potential. A little bit lower there for sure. So now we have Chili Mountain on first pick here. Interested to see what they're going to pick up without that Stukov first. We could see the Sylvanas once again. Though two with the Spider Queen, you're thinking about wave clear. Chromie can definitely help with that.
So this time they are snapping up the Chromie. It helps with the siege. If they do get the Well Weavers turned in against them, you can really kind of poke out any of the squishier heroes. And I think that's a great pick when you have first pick to just ban away something strong and then take something strong. So great opening for Chili Mountain.
Team Alexander with their next 2 picks. They're going to snap up the Sylvanas, and it's back to Murden for Spell. Given the playstyle of Spell in the last game, unless you're going to go with a Nubarak, it's hard to go in much harder than you do with Murden.
Yeah, he is one of those heroes that I know sometimes I would give like my friends a hard time when they're like, help, there's a Johanna on the back. And I'm like, okay, like it's Johanna, walk around her. But Murden is one that as a take main, I always turn around. I'm like, okay, we have to deal with this right now. And speaking of which, gonna see Johanna picked up for Tremor here, which is great into that Murden. He jumps over your head, you can just kind of condemn him, and then he's got no out.
I really like that Johanna pairing with the Chromie as well. Chromie loves slowed opponents. Deckard going to provide those slows. Johanna grouping them up and slowing them down. I have to see if Team Alexander takes some vaults, takes some repositions here. Sylvanas can definitely do the job. But if they take anyone who's even a little bit immobile, I could be in a lot of trouble versus this Chili Mountain comp.
Excited to see what they can do with the Stay Wild and the Bless Shield. Nearly as good as the Apocalypse with the Stay a While. Do you see the Deathwing banned out by Team Alexander? Now, Chili Mountain, what are you guys looking at?
So if you're Chromie, Deckard, Johanna, they're going to ban away Malthael, interestingly enough. With Johanna picked and Deathwing off the board, it could be they're thinking about another sort of triple frontline set up in front of this Chromie.
Does help keep her safe. So we've seen a little bit more of this triple bruiser. I feel having those extra engages with the medallion. You know, maybe your initial engage isn't engaged from the tank. You can go in with maybe a Blaze, a Leoric would be really good here.
Sticking with the sort of fleety backline here is Team Alexander with the Anduin Hanzo. So going to try to just stay as far away from those Chromie blasts as possible. Chili Mountain, looking at their last 2 picks, I'm still looking at this Malthael ban. And I'm expecting, maybe like you said, maybe something like a Blaze, maybe something like a Leoric to try to help trap the members of Team Alexander. It's going to be the Diva for Xenaris, and it's going to be Greymane for Roger. Snap block onto the Sonya. Look at that. Nacho Jin wasn't waiting at all.
Took the words right out of my mouth. Another aggressive hero to get on that back line. Chromie is going to have to watch her positioning here. This is a very different team comp for the side of Team Alexander. Going for a little bit more poke with the Hanzo, the safety with the Anduin. I'm really digging it.
Absolutely. I'm excited to see these teams clash. Let's jump into it. Game number 2, Team Alexander versus Chili Mountain. Here we go. Alrighty, loading on in here to game number 2. Once again, on the left in the blue, we have Team Alexander. Lockdown on the Sylvanas, Gondar playing Hanzo, Spell on the Muradin, Nacho Jin playing Sonya, and Hyde is on the Anduin.
And over here on the right-hand side, we have Chili Mountain with Infrared going to be the Chromie this time round. Mason Blaze once again on that Decker Kane. Roger on the Greymane. Tremor is going to be your Johanna, and then Xenaris on the Diva.
3, 2, 1.
Here we go. Game number 2 on Tomb of the Spider Queen is underway. You see that Sapphire for the Deckard once again, just trying to trap the members of Team Alexander in those roots. Try to help out all this Chromie damage from Infrared. It's looking like a scatter arrow build from Hanzo here. Not the build I normally see out of Hanzo. What do you think Hanzo's going to be getting out of this scatter arrow build here, Jinxie?
Should be able to try and find some really good damage in these choke points here if he has the scatter arrow and is able to hit 4 or 5 on squishy target. That pretty much takes him out of the fight. So in the lane, not necessarily the best. They are smaller. So again, find value. One thing I'm really surprised about is we see a little bit of a skirmish breaking out here. Lots of aggression. Root coming on to Tremor, but it is that Johanna, so it doesn't matter a whole heck of a lot. I'm surprised to see Lockdown on the Sylvanas, because if I remember correctly, he's kind of a Hanzo god.
Interesting set of heroes there from our teams. Tremor being chased out a little bit here, slowed down by Spell. Team Alexander kind of controlling the rotations right now, but the wave clear option coming on out from Chili Mountain. It looks like they might get ahead for now. Look at Gondar getting absolutely chunked. Great leap of faith coming out from Hyde.
Quick heal up. Also make sure that shield glare doesn't finish him off. Right now,
see the bruiser camps being worked on by both our teams. Roger going to get a little bit of help here from Mason Blaze, while Team Alexander cleans up their bruiser camp quickly. Heads back to lane.
Have Sylvanas go down here to the bottom camp, get a little bit of an XP lead, and then, of course, having that extra push in the bottom lane for your off lane there. We see Xenaris is in the middle lane, so we'll have to rotate down, clear that out. Meanwhile, Spell's just trying to survive and pick up these gems. It is really difficult as a solo lane Muradin right now to try and find some of that soak, find those gems. It's going to play safe for now.
Team Alexander picking up that extra camp in the bottom lane, going to force out some kind of rotation here from Chili Mountain, or else Nacho Jin and Lockdown. They're just going to take this wall. Looks like Mason Blaze is trying to come around the outside, but Spell, keeping Chili Mountain busy in the mid lane, is going to enable this bottom lane push.
Already we're seeing one tower go down. Xenaris loses the mech, but Chili Mountain has arrived. So Lockdown and Nacho Jin running 2 different ways. We are going to see that Time Walker's Pursuit come out, try and get a bit on lockdown. They don't find him though. Now he spot himself the trip back to base. Not free this time. Had to heart them out himself.
Sylvanas going to reset a little bit there. Both teams approaching that 50 gem mark. Now that first turn in here on Tomb of the Spider Queen can sometimes be a little bit of a trap, because if you can set up your opponent for a double turn in afterwards, you could be at a disadvantage. Do you think these teams are going to hold their gems a little bit longer, or do you think they're going to go straight for that 50 gem turn in here?
Ideally, you want to try and find a pick, or maybe get level 10, try and find some kind of advantage before you turn in for the first time, seeing as early web weavers aren't necessarily the most valuable. So I would like to see them hold off until something more favorable comes for one of the teams, but sometimes it's better just to get the lanes pushing. So hoping for Holden. Maybe not.
We'll see what the strategy is from our two teams. The longer you hold on to those gems, the longer you can drop them on the ground. But we'll have to see who can hold out the most. Oh, look at that. Sonya actually taken out by towers, trying to get the dive onto Xenaris. Nice positioning there from Chili Mountain. This could be the advantage they're looking for. Xenaris turning in 23 in the bottom lane.
Just a couple of gems away. It's all about defense now from Team Alexander. You're going to see Roger not able to turn in here. Trenner in kind of the same boat. They bought time for Sonya to get back. We're going to see finally Mason Blaze able to turn in. They've lost their man advantage. Early on, you can typically expect that, though. Death timers are very short.
Team Alexander delaying for just long enough to get back to full strength. We'll have to see what the push looks like. We've got Greymane available here for Chili Mountain as, Lockdown taking some big infrared damage. But able to use the Haunting Wave to get away. Red Web Weavers gonna hit the lane here. Gondar could be in some trouble here. Caught by Tremor. There's Infrared throwing out the Sandblasts. Hyde trying to get the save onto Hanzo. Looks like Gondar is gonna get away. Spell almost jumping into that Web Wave, but manages to survive.
Oh, great job by Team Alexander. The disengage, absolutely unreal. Fantastic healing from Hyde, one of the best supports in the world right now. Meanwhile, though, two other lanes full of web weavers are going to get those front towers. Should maybe look to see if we can't grab the fort here as they push in hard mid lane.
Spell looking for Roger in the backline. The Stormbolt is not going to land here. Nacho Jin angling for an engage as well. Team Alexander preserving all of their structures, getting ready for a turn-in of their own.
Not a whole lot gained from those web weavers. A little bit of damage in the mid lane. That is the end. So now we do have the advantage of Team Alexander having nearly two full turn-ins on them. But D.Va, Chromie, Deckard, all very good at kind of gatekeeping these turn-in points. So we'll see if Team Alexander is able to do that, or if they're just going to kind of have that issue I was talking about earlier, where they just end up with 700 gems and no way to turn them in.
Absolutely. Looks like Tremor is delaying the turn-in of Hyde here, but Team Alexander have found their 10s. It's not going to be too much that Chili Mountain can do until they have 10s of their own. Here it comes. Gondar with 20. Going to get stalled out by Chromie once. Looks like Chili Mountain is forming up to deny another turn-in here, and Team Alexander are going to have to rethink their positioning or rethink their turn-in spot. Now the Bruiser is pushing down the mid lane.
Really good use of the time trap there, and great thought process, I think, from Chromie, able to drop the time trap right where the enemy should turn in, you know, usually on the safe side, around, just a little bit of a fight
Spell in
here.
trouble here.
Beautiful disengage. Team Alexander is on top of it. I thought for sure Spell was going down.
Chili Mountain, they get their ults burned, but they do get a second red Web Weaver wave. And that means that Team Alexander is going to have to wait that much longer to get those gems off them.
Do manage to find that Bruiser camp, clean it up really quickly. Thankfully for Team Alexander, the lanes have been pushed, so Web Weaver will be starting in the middle, makes it easier to clear top lane even further back. Light Bomb comes out, great unstoppable.
Greymane manages to get away there. And the red Web Weavers are coming on through. Spell manages to dwarf toss out. Tremor still on the chase here. Nice reaction to get away from that scatter shot. the objective pushing in the top lane. This could be trouble here for Team Alexander.
Top lane is always so scary because this is the boss lane. Of course, it's the #1 lane that players would like to push. Mid has been cleared out, chunking away is Chromie there in the back line. Webweaver sitting at about 50% health. Oh, Blessed Shield does not connect.
Nice medallion there from Lockdown to avoid the root. Spell on the back line. Oh, the sleep from Mason Blaze onto 2. Dragon Arrow's actually going to whiff here. And now Spell's in trouble. Roger's on the chase. The go for the throat's going to not quite be enough. Roger going to retreat here. It's the pressure from Team Alexander on the back line. Could have been a little bit too much for Roger there on the retreat.
I was just blown away by the absolute gall of Roger retreating through the entire team, and everyone just kind of like respect nodding each other. Okay, we burned our ult, you burned your ults, nobody dies. We're just gonna step back, try and recenter ourselves and come back in for something else. Now we only have 28 gems on the side of Chili Mountain here, so they won't be able to turn in for quite some time. We have 101 on the side of Team Alexander. They also have 26 turned in, so we could be looking for that back-to-back Webweaver phase that you were talking about, if they're able to actually get these gems in.
The longer they hold them, the more dangerous it gets. Chili Mountain haven't been able to turn a big team fight yet. Oh, Gondar manages to get a big pile of gems in. So Hanzo a little bit safer going into this blue Webweaver phase.
Finally able to step up. We'll see if they opt to push top lane, seeing as it is pushed out very far in favor of Chili Mountain, or if they're just going to look for mid lane. Even bottom has shown risen in priority to help that solo lane get the advantage over your opponent. Looks like Nacho Jin staying bottom, the rest of them headed mid.
Team Alexander moving on in here. Nice reposition from Roger to get away from the gank of Spell. Trying to use that wall to clear away the objective safely. Oh, Lockdown in some trouble here. Inside the slowing sands with 43 gems. Luckily manages to escape as the Webweaver falls. Now we're going to be migrating up to the top lane. Can Chili Mountain turn this into a kill? Or are they settling for the defense?
Managed to clear the wave now, so Webby taking both of those tower shots is going down rather quickly, and it looks like one tower is all they're going to be able to find. Back it up, look to see if they can't find something here in the mid lane, as all 5 members have rotated. Team Alexander not going to give them the fight.
Team Alexander positioning aggressively here. Spell going to hit the Stormbolt, but will use the Dwarf Toss to get away. Right now, Sylvanas, 49 gems in hand. Almost a solo turn-in available for Lockdown. It's Nacho Jin with 37 in the bottom lane, sneaking that siege camp.
Both of these players are going to be
Oh, Sylvanas being pushed onto. Lockdown gets pulled away.
It's going to be just enough. The Banshees save the day. A great leap of faith. Outcomes stay while listening. Gondar, another big chunk, but Hyde with a great light bomb. Outcomes to follow up from the Dragon Arrow. Hyde, he's trying to get away. Spell chunking out in the Avatar. He tries to find Tremor, but a great medallion shuts it down. Condemn gonna finish it off as nothing is gained from either teams. Everyone hits their R's and backs out once again.
Tremor even managing... Oh, only stopped one of those turn-ins. That's a big one. Lockdown dropping off 49 there for Team Alexander. Just watching these teams move back and forth, know exactly the limits of how far they can go and how far they're able to move back is just... It's poetry in motion here, Jinxie.
I couldn't agree more, Crush. Every single time I'm like, that's it. They're dead. Hyde seems to show up, saves the day. Not gonna find him this time. A spell does finally go down. No more leap of faith available. Nacho Jin uses the medallion. Is it enough? It does not get caught in the root.
Cigaris on the chase. Gondar could go... Oh my goodness, that's so many gems. Hyde trying to move in to pick up some of them, but so many fall.
Oh no, 53 gems lost there by Team Alexander. Now, they went from having 2 turn-ins to just 1. They can get 1 if Anowin can turn in. Having that 4-man kill, immediately Chili Mountain is going to start the boss. They come back defiantly in this second game here. It was looking a little bit shaky, but now they are standing tall. Those 16 advantages. Gonna have this boss, and they also have turn-in here too, Crush.
Absolutely. They're able to get the next turn in. They're trying to layer this bruiser camp along with it, just getting every single advantage that they could. That was a super surprising triple kill. I figured they might get Nacho Jin. The rest would pick up the gems and retreat, but what an engage from Chili Mountain. And they're just going to stack the map here and try to go for keeps.
Finally getting that web weaver phase. Boss losing 25% of his health before they're able to push with it. Nacho Jin better be careful. Gets stunned out, and that could be his death. Rip.
Blessed shield just in case, but that's Nacho Jin down. That's a big problem here for Team Alexander. As the web weavers are coming on the back of this, the mid lane already pushed in with this bruiser camp. Chili Mountain, they might get 2 keeps out of this one.
They are looking so strong right now. Everybody pushing up. Much of the wave clear is 20 seconds out as Nacho Jin is no longer with them. Are going to see a little bit of damage. The boss finally being taken down there, but the slowing stance making it so hard to step up. D.Va pushing with the other web weaver. And you're right, Crush. What are they going to defend? Which do they value more? And can they even save it?
Chili Mountain actually moving across to the mid lane here to try to force the next fight. Spell manages to avoid the condemn. Light Bomb coming out as well. So many low members on the side of Chili Mountain. Roger and Mason Blaze trying to get away here. Tremor peeling as best as possible, but that's going to be it for Deckard Cain. Xenaris scooting on through. What a time trap from Infrared. May secure Johanna's life. Xenaris may not be so lucky here. That's going to be it for D.Va. Tremor going to move in and grab those gems. I think that could have been a lot worse than it was there. Big shout out to Infrared with the time trap peels.
Oh man, I 100% Crush. They did have the web weaver pushing in the bottom lane as that happened. Only 1 keep going down this time, but without the time trap from Infrared, I thought for sure this was going to be a 5-man team wipe. Worst was going to come out. They're really lucky. Only Deckard and D.Va went down that fight.
Team Alexander trying to get their turn in here. Looks like Hyde going to get the gems. Just try to help reset their lanes. Good split push for now to make sure those web weavers move right up to the fort walls. We're looking at 6 structures to 2 here. It's a long road to 20 for Team Alexander.
They do finally have that 15.5-minute web weaver. They do scale. I suspect this fort will go down in the bottom. Nacho Jin and Lockdown already pushing it away with the black arrow. Should be up for when they head to keep. Potentially a triple fort here. Again, no siege hammer from Muradin, so not a ton of push, and it looks like they're just ignoring the top lane. So we only get 1 fort here.
Good top lane defense there from Chili Mountain. Level 20 has arrived, so Team Alexander have to be wary of that. Looks like they're not going to commit to this mid fort. D.Va going to clear out that bottom lane push. Team Alexander rotating to the top to try to pick up a cheap fort kill. But the clear is too fast, and it's just the 1 fort with this web weaver wave.
It's going to be really demoralizing for Team Alexander. I was hoping to see that they'd get more from it, but the control of Chili Mountain has just been so devastating.
Huge engage. Johanna absolutely eliminated there. Roger moving in to try to pick up those gems. 70 on Greymane now. Spell wants this kill onto Roger. Xenaris eats the Stormbolt, though. Despite being down 19 to 20, Johanna still only has a non-infinite amount of health. It's going to be a kill for Team Alexander.
They made Johanna look so squishy right there. Just the immediate follow-up, the silence, the light bomb, all sorts of good things. The wrath, just as quickly as she came, she went. It's a good reminder, even if you're the tank, not always the best idea to face check the bush.
Johanna doing her best Tracer impression. We'll be back on the battlefield in 20 seconds here as we see Team Alexander moving on to this camp. But Mason Blaze with a giant sleep onto the backline here. This could be trouble for Muradin. Spell jumping on out, getting the double Stormbolt. Now Nacho Jin moving on to the point. But that D.Va bomb, that's going to be enough to claim this bruiser camp. And despite being 4v5, Chili Mountain do not suffer any losses there.
Really great play from them. Superb tanking from Xenaris there. And then, of course, the bomb, like you said, shutting it all down. We're going to see a little bit of interrupt come out from Xenaris here, though. However, Murden will put a quick stop to that. A couple of gems get turned in. Nacho Jin, the one that needs to turn in. Out comes the Blessed Shield.
Oh, Nacho Jin's in trouble.
Finally goes down. They're not over yet. Hyde throws the light bomb on himself, tries to get out. Gray used the leap of faith. Roger going to end him quickly. Spell surrounded by 4. The dwarf toss, though, securing his escape. They're looking for Sylvanas now, but of course, the unstoppable Banshees make sure only 2 go down. Not as bad as it could have been.
Chili Mountain moving up with this bruiser camp. They do have enough for another web weaver here and a boss. So not going to dive the core just yet. They want to make sure to get as big of a push here as possible to try to end this game.
Boss going to be even more powerful than the last. It's been about 3 minutes, so quite strong now. And 2 of the best fighters of this boss, 2 of the best boss burns have been taken out. Sylvanas, the other one. We might be looking at the end of the game, Crush.
Chili Mountain just exploding onto Sylvanas there. They're going to get the boss. They're going to get the turn-in. They've got 50 seconds without Sylvanas on the battlefield. This is looking like game here, Jinxie.
Middle keep is just hanging on by a thread. There is nothing in top lane. Nacho Jin is back, Gondar back, but still a 4v5 with Web Weavers, with the boss. It's going to need a miracle to take this back here.
Without that all-important silence, Team Alexander is going to have to get creative. Spell going straight in onto Roger. They know Greymane is the key to the siege damage of Chili Mountain. Infrared managing to scoot away here. Nacho Jin spinning to win. Johanna actually going to go down here, but Sonya down as well. Hanzo taken out, and this looks like it's going to be it. Oh, a fantastic stun onto Spell. Great pull from Hyde, but it's not going to be enough, and the minions are stacking up on the core. Chili Mountain storm through to victory and even up this series 1-1. GG.
Almost a reverse of the last series. They just look so dominant from the get-go, and I think Team Alexander might have been a little bit overwhelmed there. Every time they tried to go in, it was looking solid early on, but the longer the game went, the better the talents got. There's wasn't enough healing that Anduin could do to put it out. Got a couple of great light bombs, able to get that shield off, but in the end, the Greymane, the Diva, and then of course the huge burst from the Chromie, more than poor Andy could deal with.
Really, really great job there from Chili Mountain, denying the hyper-aggressive Murden play, finding the kills that they needed at exactly the right points in the game. That triple kill in the bottom lane was sort of the beginning of the end there, and Chili Mountain just never let go. We saw Gondar on the Hanzo leading the way on the hero damage with that scatter arrow build. Very nicely done. It was Infrared on the Chromie, bringing out the pain for Chili Mountain. But Greymane and Diva not far behind in that damage there, Jigsy.
Was really beautifully done. We take a look here, and yeah, you can see a massive difference. Gondar was pumping it out, but then everybody else kind of falls off. You look 5-12, and I think the Greymane really helped in finishing off those kills. There were so many times that many members of Chili Mountain escaped with just like a little bit of health, and I think it might be due to the fact that there wasn't a whole lot of finishing coming out unless nobody picking up yet. We can see it. Team Alexander considering their drafts this time. Are they going to go for the same thing, or does something else need to be addressed? Looks like so far they're sticking with the Garage.
Sticking with the Garrosh there. We did see Diva come out from Xenaris last game. That's been at the top of the pick bans in a lot of series thus far, though the last patch did see a nerf to Diva. Chili Mountain going to take away the Sylvanas. Sylvanas, I mean, yeah, this map, it's hard to deny the push power coming out from Black Arrows. And with Chili Mountain not first pick, I can see that ban for sure.
Is it going to be the Honor? Are they going to get rid of the Deckard again? Team Alexander do have a first pick, so could snap away that Honor if they want to take it. Looks like no. This time round, still sticking with what they know.
So it is the Ana ban. Cassia, Chromie, still open here. Do you ban Deckard, and so you get one of those two heroes? Oh, that's a tough choice here. I'm interested to see what Chili Mountain wants to get rid of. Do they ban? I mean, Murden's not worth a ban.
Taking it down to the last minute
Gonna be
is going to be
Stukov.
Stukov.
Interesting. Man, do we see the first pick Deckard, or did Team Alexander favor something else? Cassia Chromie are available. There's a lot of big picks available with these counter bans. It's going to be Cassia first, though.
Should put a damper on the plans of Chili Mountain because they banned it away every single time.
So they're going to have to face the Cassia. They've got their Deckard Chromie available if they want it. But they may be changing up their strategy here now that there's a Cassia in play. Got to think about Johanna synergy. Oh, they're happy with the plan, apparently. Chromie Deckard here for Chili Mountain.
If it's not broke, don't fix it. It's going to be a little bit more difficult this time around, I think, just based on the fact that Chromie really never wants to get on that point. So if something should happen to the front line, then there are less options for holding down the fort. But we'll see. You know, when you're being pinged all the way from Narnia, it can be kind of hard to step up as well.
Absolutely, especially when you've got a Diablo Imperious across from you. All of a sudden, the previously inaccessible Chromie is looking a lot more accessible here now, Jinxie.
Yeah, that kills the Chromie. I mean, if there are two people who get on the back lines, then it's definitely Diablo Imperious being able to just kind of always have that long-range stun from both these heroes can make it really hard to fight in such a small box.
Right wing banned away by Chili Mountain. Right wing has been played a lot at the highest levels to sort of bait engages, and obviously the polymorph very strong. But you see two people coming in and you're thinking, I can handle two people. Then all of a sudden it's three, and you've got yourself a problem.
Up to see who else is banned out here. Brightwing, a very solid choice, not trying to get hit by the Brightwing bomb like you said. And it looks like maybe a tank ban? Deathwing once again. Interesting here because Nacho Jin on the Imperious would kind of wrecks Deathwing, able to hit him with that percent damage at level 1.
Able to deal damage to Deathwing for sure, but having just a giant unstoppable body blocking all of your CC into Chromie and Deckard, probably something Team Alexander doesn't want to deal with. What can Chili Mountain do instead to try to protect this backline against such an overwhelming engage? Mesa, yeah. If you're talking about sending folks back to the Abyss, May Avalanche can absolutely do the job here. Great pickup by Chili Mountain.
I had no idea what they were going to do. We don't get to see a whole lot of May, but now that they've picked it up, absolutely, you love to see it. See if there are any kind of counters from the side of Team Alexander here, because right now Deckard is the only melee hero.
Malfurion going to come on out. That healing denial is very, very good into May. Lockdown can be picking up the Li Ming as well. That's so much damage in Li Ming, Cassia, Diablo Imperious. There's incredible engage potential here from Team Alexander. What is Xenaris going to do to try to counter this?
Oh man, it's looking really rough. This is a very strong draft from Team Alexander, and I honestly don't know if Mason Blaze is going to be able to do enough to heal him through it all. But the Blaze will definitely help out. Whenever the engage comes out, you can jump in the bunker and avoid a lot of that. The poke, the engage, just everything. Really smart pickup.
Fantastic offensive tools on the side of Team Alexander. Great defensive tools on the side of Chili Mountain. Can they catch the flaming fireball of rage coming in from Team Alexander here? Let's find out. Here we go. All right. Back at it, game number 3 on Volskaya Foundry. On the left in the blue, it is Team Alexander. Lockdown playing the Li Ming, Nacho Jin on the Imperius, Gondar playing Cassia, Hyde on the Malfurion, and Spell is on Diablo.
Once again, over here on the right, we have Infrared on the Chromie, Mason Blaze for the third time, going to be your Deckard Cain, Tremor on that Maze. Yunaris is your Blaze, and Roger rocking that Tychus.
Game number 3 is underway here on Volskaya Foundry. Team Alexander, aggressive as ever here. Can Chili Mountain deny the engage? Bay's absolutely a great start here. If you don't get your target right away, Bay is going to send you right back to the start. So I'm excited to see these level 10 team fights come on out here, but before that, Team Alexander kind of has the engage they want either way here, Jinxie. So we see the Impale in the mid lane.
Diablo going to be the first to go down, actually. Went in a little bit too far and ends up paying the price. Now, this is basically every Diablo main ever, so wouldn't hold too much weight onto it just yet. We've all been there. Everyone is going to try and make a quick rotation.
Not too much lost. If we take a look at the experience tab, a whopping 298 experience in favor of Chili Mountain with that kill. And Diablo already back on the field. So folks out there, if you're dying in the first engage, don't type GG. Just get back out there. You'll be fine.
Yes, spicy rotation here. Great use of the time trap. Li Ming takes so much damage.
Look at Diablo trying to get away again. Tremor with the constant slows. Spell says, get out of here with that. Tremor's going to start backing away here. That's one thing you can do with an early kill, is take an extremely early heal camp here if you're Chili Mountain.
Everybody going to stop and jump to their turret. Now Team Alexander already picked theirs up, and I don't believe they used it in that last fight, so we'll have it available. However, heal pulse did go to Chili Mountain. We're going to see Nacho Jin invade. He just kind of walks in like he lives here.
Curious, a little bit stuck on the back line here, trying to rotate back out towards Hyde. Looks like they will be able to do so. Xenaris, managing to pick that up somehow. Look at the max distance jet propulsion. That's going to be 2 more kills for Chili Mountain. I think we might have missed something in the draft here, because Chili Mountain all of a sudden are looking like the aggressors here.
Oh man, I feel like we're like, okay, this is how it's gonna go. And then it doesn't. Chili Mountain seems to have just woken up after game number 1. It was kind of, you know, they got a little bit of a sucker punch. And we're like, okay, that's how you want to play. We'll play your game, and just looking so great out the gate.
The Titan Slayers that are Chili Mountain looking very strong here at the start. Excited to see how they clash in the first proper team fight as Control Point A unlocking in 10 seconds here. Looks like Team Alexander going to cap that siege camp. Mason Blaze waiting, hard chilling. And there's the cap. Point A is underway. We're going to see Cassia and Tychus in the top lane just sort of dueling back and forth, trying to get position to clear away those siege camps.
Where it's going to get a little bit more interesting here, because now they have to stay on the point. They have a very limited space in which to interact. As such, Diablo and Imperius are going to thrive on that. If they can find a stun onto the wall, follow it up with the Celestial Charge, it'll be a rough time for Chili Mountain. However, we've seen so far that even when they get those engages, it's not the end, because quite clearly Mason Blaze can heal through the damage.
Both teams managed to find their level 7s here. Chili Mountain managed to take control of that point, so they're going to get the percentage rolling in their direction. Top lane is cleared away. So expecting to see the teams start to collapse here in the mid lane. So we're now looking at 55% on the objective. Spell maintaining position there. Xenaris actually having some trouble versus Nacho Jin down here. Mason Blaze throwing out those potions to try to help out. Now Gondar moving in on Infrared. Look at that. Gonna trade out Cassia for Chromie. Tychus went down as well. I think I missed the impetus for that engage there, Jinxie.
A lot happening all at once. None of the items being used from the side of Chili Mountain. Not sure if it's panic, discipline, or they simply forgot. But not having either one of those damage dealers up right now does mean they have to cede over the point. However, only at 15%, so they will have another opportunity to come in and contest this. However, not if Xenaris goes down.
Xenaris pushing back versus Imperius here in the bottom lane. Both teams going to grab one more turret here and then move towards the mid for the final countdown. The tanks, once again, jockeying for position. Li Meng trying to get just a little bit more experience in the top lane. Spell getting burned out by Roger here. Managing to heal up, putting Tychus a little bit out of position. But Roger going to scoot on back.
Tremor on this aggressive Mei. Just running it down towards Spell. The only thing he can really do with that Shadow Charge is use it to push somebody back and try and disengage. Both the turrets come down, and first protector of the game going over to the side of Chili Mountain.
Dropping a couple of those turrets, doing the job of dissuading Team Alexander from moving on in. Team Alexander, they're going to move right onto this protector, chasing it right underneath this fort. Really interrupting the standard flow you often see with this protector, where it lumbers on up to the top lane, gets the wall in the well, and moves on back. Looks like the teams have slightly different ideas here, as Chili Mountain is in the bottom lane trying to get some pressure. Protector taking the long way up top.
Level 10 online. Valkyrie does not connect. There is the Angelic Armaments. Gondar looking quite low, gets the stab. Gonna try and actually not use the swords here to finish off Xenaris, who finds a stun onto Malfurion, who gets caught in the root. However, Nacho Jin enough to dissuade any kind of follow-up.
A little bit of a skirmish going down there in the bottom lane, checking up top. Protector just trying to use ranged abilities. Did get the well and got one of the cannon towers. So despite the unorthodox defense from Team Alexander, Chili Mountain still picking up enough with that first objective to prepare for Protector B.
Both siege camps are available, as is the healing pulse here. We're going to hear the stab come out, but nothing seems to have come of it. Heal pulse, the big thing on the map right now. Chili Mountain going to start it, but here comes Spell. They have to be careful fighting around this point. Shadow Charge does not connect, as the siege Alexander now has to back out a little bit.
Tremor starting to move in here. There's Deckard getting the root onto Diablo once again. Nacho Jin with a gigantic impale. Mason Blaze forced to put out the stay a while. Looks like Chili Mountain are going to be able to retreat underneath their fort here. But we got some ults traded out. It's going to be another 60 seconds before the Wombo from Deckard is available once again.
See them look to come up. It's actually Ice Wall coming out from Mei here. Cassia finds Deckard, but not enough. Lockdown tries to go for the combo. Out comes the Lightning Breath onto the Odin here, who has to use the dash to back out. United is very low. Angelic Armaments is up. Many ultimates burned. Out comes the Twilight, or the healing Tranquility from Malfurion as the pulse goes over. They're looking for more, but not gonna find it.
Chili Mountain just getting barely away from those Shadow Charge angles. It's Mason Blaze and Infrared trying to move back here. Oh, Lockdown playing aggressively, but does not stop the back for now. They may get this mid fort though. It's Chromie and Deckard lagging a bit behind, and Team Alexander is locked on.
Lots of damage coming out there. Cassia continuing to stack. Gets stunned out. That's a lot of damage.
Cassia, slow motion death in the slowing sands. Great counter engage from Chili Mountain. And they're going to move across and start stealing this turret. Great turnaround there and getting some good value for their trouble.
Such a rough death. It's one of those where you watch your teammate and you're like, oh no, because you know what's happening, but nothing can be done. And
absolutely no Anduin in this game for the Yeet of Faith. So that was Cassia, and now look at this push in the bottom lane, getting so much done with just one kill here is Chili Mountain. This control point B is starting to unlock in the top lane. Could they have gone too far here? Roger trying to get away from Spell. Does do it.
That infested Tychus lumbering away. Nobody going down quite yet. Everything back up on the side for both teams. Gonna try and grab this turret before anybody steps up. Beautiful stun coming out. Another Valkyrie. Spell on the backside. Tremor still has that healing pulse. Decides not to drop it yet. There it is finally. Stay while Listen does not save Infrared, but Gondar going to be traded out instead. Roger is so low. Locked down in the same boat. So far, 1 for 1.
Unbelievable peels there from Tremor and Mason Blaze. They don't manage to save Chromie, but Tremor was dead twice over, pops the ice wall, layer in the sleep from Mason Blaze. They turn what could have been a quad kill into just a single.
Oh man, I thought for sure, I'm like, this is it. All right. But Chili Mountain continuing to surprise us here. Chromie finally back up. Diablo going to stand on that top point, and it looks like they're willing to trade out the early percentile for this bottom 4, looking to set up for future protectors.
Nacho Jin moving on to Xenaris in the mid lane here. Not going to commit, though. Infrared working on the siege camp in the meantime. Bottom 4's going to fall. Chili Mountain, I think they might have got the best of that trade here. It's Nacho Jin going to get dismounted. But impales over the wall. That just seems unfair, Jinxie. Why can Imperius just go right over terrain like that?
He already kills you and then just gets away. But going to be able to survive for just a smidgen longer. 75% on this protector. So now we see Chili Mountain finally stepping up, trying to take it a little while.
Looks like Chili Mountain going to control the point for the meantime as the siege camp blasts away the members of Team Alexander. The heal camp is up and available. We'll have to see if these teams want to angle towards that. So if they're going to do that, they're going to have to do it soon. Already 35% on the objective here for Chili Mountain.
Nacho Jin looking to find that Celestial Spear, unable to do so. Li Ming chunking away in the back. There it is. Out comes the spear, but not going to be enough. The immediate follow-up of the roots on roots, deterring both teams here.
Lockdown just lobbing in those bombs from the side, staying out of range of the members of Chili Mountain. There's the ice wall, not going to catch Gondar here, but going to try to cut off the retreat of Nacho Jin. Valkyrie into the back line. Mason Blaze manages to put down those turrets. Chili Mountain commit their items, and that's going to push back the members of Team Alexander here. Can they re-engage before the Protector goes over to the red team?
67% and climbing. They should just try to wait out the Odin here. Do find a root spell, getting so much damage out. Out comes the blizzard there. Nacho Jin is very low in the back, going to have to step back, and we might just be seeing another protector going over. Yep, there it is.
Nacho Jin and spell. Nacho Jin re-engaging there. That's going to be a soul reset on Diablo. Gondar in trouble as well. Hyde trying their best to keep Cassie alive. That looks like it's going to be... Oh my gosh, that didn't land. Gondar!
Run!
Run, Gondar! May is not going to get the catch. Somehow, Hyde keeping Cassie alive.
Oh man, more health than when she started the fight. Here's Mason Blaze now. And the Punisher actually not getting a whole lot of work done. Already at 48%, taking the fight behind the Protector with 2 members in. Such a great use of knowing Chromie can't ping away from Africa. Spell very low, doesn't have the souls, gonna go down there.
Great stop. Lockdown trying to get away here, but look at the sleep on the back line with Gondar and Hyde. Lockdown, oh, gets away from the laser. Somehow, Team Alexander continue to persevere here. But like you were saying, this Protector just not getting a whole lot done. And I think we're starting to see why here in Storm Division at the higher levels of play, teams aren't relying on that Protector all that much.
Can be really hard, especially as we saw there. Thankfully for Chili Mountain, nobody went down. But as the Protectors get on earlier and earlier, it's better to take the 3v5 and then just kind of hope you don't get pushed away by the Protector, especially after the shield has expired. So great use of the Protector, not only by Chili Mountain, but by Team Alexander as well.
So difficult to push forward knowing that you don't have the frontline presence, you only have a Protector. Chili Mountain gonna look for their next kill to try to get their next advantage. Team Alexander picking up their turret item in the bottom lane. Chili Mountain thinking about top fort here.
Really interesting to me. Chili Mountain always pushing where the objective isn't going to be. They've already dealt with bottom lane. That's where the next control point is going to set up. Nacho Jin over the wall. Cassia with the Valkyrie. But Mason Blaze, Deckard is a bruiser too, lives to see another day.
Nacho Jin just trudging through molasses to try to get away here. Ice Wall comes up to stop the charging spell. And I think Chili Mountain are looking for an escape here. Blaze still going in. Gondar very, very low. Gets away from the root of Deckard. Look at Mason Blaze catching the spell there. Team Alexander gonna have to retreat.
Oh, Gondar just being so bullied this game. Luckily, most of the cooldowns have been spent by Chili Mountain. So just going to get stunned for a little bit before heading back up to do something else in the top lane. And that something else is fight over this camp.
Nacho Jin in all sorts of trouble here. Pops the armament. Spell trying to ward away with that lightning breath. Healing camp could be enough here. Chromie actually going down in the background. Lockdown starting to pop off. Xenaris, how are you alive? Gets the counter kill onto Lockdown. That's it for Cassia as well. Chili Mountain, how are you doing this?
What happened? As we are going to see Imperious go down as well. Spell not long for this world. Hyde is still trying to heal him up. Gets a couple of Moonfires up. Finally has to be like, see ya, buddy. Couple of autos onto Tremor there. Oh no, the eyes.
They're not done. Here comes the root. Unstoppable used is going to be just long enough to keep Hyde alive. That looked every time these teams lock up. Chili Mountain is on the back foot, like less than 200 health on 2 characters. And then they get a quad kill. How are they doing this, Jigsy?
I wish I could run down what happened in that last team fight, but I was like, oh, there goes Xenaris. And it actually ended up being Chromie going down, and I was like, all right, okay, next, but Mason Blaze, it's almost disrespectful at this point. They haven't banned out that Deckard, keeping everybody alive. They do have that Ancient Blessings, which did help out a little bit. Herodric Staff to kind of shut some folks down. Level 20 now online for Chili Mountain, and I wouldn't be surprised if we see them take this game as well. They are looking so powerful.
Setting up here, level 20. They're going to get Protector C. Don't have any keeps down just yet. We're going to see Team Alexander claim the heal camp here. Not going to be able to get to the bottom point just in time. It's going to be a turret steal here for Chili Mountain. And the Protector hasn't been doing a whole lot this game. What is Chili Mountain going to do with it here?
We do have 3 turrets, which, you know, is basically like a build-your-own Gazlo. So could look to push this bottom lane, try and find that later keep wall. Is third Protector. We typically don't see these end as much as we used to anymore after tower changes. But, you know, essentially having 3 other heroes worth of damage in those turrets, it is going to be kind of a rough defense for Team Alexander.
Chili Mountain surging right onto this keep. Have to watch for the counter engage, though, as Spell and Nacho Jin looking for any opportunity to jump onto Roger. Odin able to keep Tychus at range for now, as this keep is getting very, very low. Cassia pushed away by the Protector. Just trying to use any sort of long-range damage. The laser going to come out. Big red button. That's going to be the keep. Chili Mountain managing to get that without suffering the counter engage of Team Alexander. I think that's a big win here.
Gonna keep moving on back. There is that spear out, so a lot of the lockdown not have to worry about, and we are going to see Team Chili Mountain just escape. Level 24, both teams here. We do have that 12 seconds of Flame Breath now, so could look to see that in the future, holding down some of these forts. Now we're going to see Team Alexander get a little bit aggressive here as they look to push in on this bottom fort.
Blaze in the top lane here, so Chili Mountain trying to play around this wall, play around this fort. Can they get a counter engage? So far, Imperious is not shown on the map yet. Gonna be discovered by Blaze, so now Chili Mountain knows they're in a 4v4 situation. Tremor may look for an engage. There's the slow on Dispel. Diablo going down to 60%. It looks like it'll just be pokes for now. Just jockeying for position.
Try and find one of those wall bangs onto the back line here. Chromie in kind of a spicy position, but Spell being zoned out so much. We are going to have a pause here. Uh-oh, Tremor has lag again. Unlucky.
Get that sorted out here in just a moment. right now, Chili Mountain, they've been looking very good this game, but taking a look at the map, taking a look at the levels, this is really anyone's game.
Still very winnable for the side of Team Alexander. All right, just normal ref stuff. One protector is all they really need. One protector in a good team fight. One of the things that I think some of us have joked about when casting is Heroes is in kind of a weird spot right now where it doesn't matter what happened for the other 90% of the game. If you can get a severe team fight in a late game, you can just kind of win off of that. A lot of the heroes are really great at pushing. So if Team Alexander can find maybe 2 or 3 picks onto Chili Mountain, they can definitely just push down a keep and win, especially now that they've cleared out all these forts.
Absolutely. They've managed to stay enough in the game on both sides that a big team fight will be the victory. They'll need more than the 1 kill for sure to get on past these keeps and go for the core, but strong siege potential on both sides. Li Ming, an absolute core burner. Cassia, just pure damage. On the other side, Tychus and Chromie aren't too bad at taking down a core themselves. So it'll be very interesting to see how these two teams position going into the second Protector A that we've got coming up here. So it looks like the teams are about ready to go. We'll hope that Wedge has everything under control.
There's the R from Team Alexander. And the 3, 2, all right, we're back in.
Back into the game here, continuing the 4v4 down in the bottom lane. Big Root is good. Oh, Ice Wall's committed. Diablo caught in the wall here. Tremor moving onto the back line. They want to find Lockdown and Gondar. Xenaris going to get the stun onto Spell once again. Diablo just can't move anywhere here. But here comes Nacho Jin. Team Alexander trying to turn this thing around, Jinxie.
Beautiful sleep comes out once again. This is the respect to elderly, so the silence coming out as well. Bunker has been dropped. Tranquility for Malfurion. Lockdown very low, but chunking away. Nacho Jin looking for the spears, unable to find it so far. Everybody's pressed their R. Everyone needs to back up. Anti-seed of Chili Mountain is just so good.
Just being able to clear these waves from so far away, not allow the members of Team Alexander any sort of presence near that fort. So this could be trouble. Team Alexander has done many an invade this game. Looks like they're just going to go for the heal camp instead. Tremor going to move on up there. Can the rest of the team get here? Tremor going to throw out the Blizzard. Going to force Nacho Jin back. No engage to be had, though. Chili Mountain want to make sure that's exactly the engage that they want.
Trying to play this slow. Out comes the Root. They knew that wasn't very favorable for them. There wasn't really much to be gained from taking that fight. So just disengaging, trying to find this camp. Right now, having that keep down, it's really on Team Alexander to try and make things happen here. Because the more that Chili Mountain is just able to dance around them, the more that they're going to get pushed in the bottom lane. They can stall them out in the lane and just kind of let it build up. Ice Wall comes out. Oof. No connect. Actually ends up blocking Xenaris here.
Nacho Jin could be in trouble here. Guessing wrong on Hyde, but there's Nacho Jin trying to get away. The armaments are burned. Cassia gets a big pull onto the back line there as Roger trying to scoot away. Somehow Nacho Jin kept alive there by Hyde. Roger in the lightning breath. Oh, Tychus now has to get away from Gondar here. The counter damage onto Spell. Diablo finally goes down. Cassia down as well. What a timeout there from Chromie. It's going to be a turn onto Lockdown. Unbelievable plays from Infrared. And Chili Mountain might be thinking about core here.
It's a great deal of damage coming out. Odin is live, and that says to me they are going to try and find this. However, Imperious is the #1 player killer hero, going to try and step up, find the Odin. However, slowing Sand's Root, nothing the poor Angel can do. Drops the ultimate, but that is going to be him going down. And this should be game number 3 going over to Chili Mountain.
Spell moving on in there, trying to delay the damage, but there's the CC chain that Chili Mountain has been using all game long. They're going to wrap up the 5-player team wipe, and Chili Mountain go up 2-1 in this series, and they're threatening to move on to the finals. GG.
Whatever Chili Mountain has been doing, they really seem to have Team Alexander's number. Every single series leading up to the last couple of weeks has just kind of been a huge prediction that Team Alexander would take this. That was the end. GG. But Chili Mountain not only knocking Team Alexander into the lower bracket here, but now maybe knocking them out of the whole tournament.
Unbelievable game there. Like you said, coming down to just one fight at the end. Nacho Jin, a little bit out of position, and Chili Mountain pick up the victory. It was Roger on the Tychus, nearly 100,000 hero damage there for Chili Mountain. That Odin just keeping them so safe throughout that game. Gondar bringing the noise as well, 80,000 hero damage there for Team Alexander. If you had to pick an X factor on the side of Chili Mountain, what do you think put them over the top there, Jinxie?
I really liked picking up the Chromie once again and the Deckard. Having those two really shut down the engage of Imperius and Diablo every time they went to go in. Maybe they would find those picks that they were looking for, but they either got the front line caught, so they couldn't really follow up on whatever engage they had, or they zoned out the back line. So they were finding these beautiful stuns, comboing CC.
And find ourselves another Garrosh ban, another Sylvanas ban, so nothing hinky so far.
That lockdown Sylvanas terrified them, and the fact that like they're like, fine, have the Cassia. We know we can kill that. Moving through, I think I'm the most excited for this game out of all of them. Just the more that we've been talking about it, excited to see what the draft is going to be. As finally the respect comes out. What are you gonna play now, Mason Blaze?
So we've got the Deckard ban coming out. That means if we see Chili Mountain ban like a non-healer, we might get ourselves a Stukov versus Ana game with Deckard off the board. I'd like this ban from Team Alexander. Deckard has been giving them the business. They've got to put Chili Mountain on some other comp here. Great ban.
Anduin ban, interesting. So are they tempting? No, Hyde
Snap
goes
Ana.
for Ana. I was like, are they tempting him, saying like, hey, Stukov's available? But Ana picked up here for Hyde. So, is the response to Stukov from Mason Blaze?
If they're gonna take it, they'd have to take it now because the next ban phase is coming on through. Unless they've got something else planned, but there's already 3 healers off the board so far. What will Chili Mountain do here? Oh, Uther Cassia here for Tremor and Roger. So with Tremor on the Uther, that's feeling like a main tank, though you can switch picks here in Heroes of the Storm, so it may not necessarily be. But what do you think of this opening here, Jinxie?
Oh my goodness. I love Uther main tank. He's my favorite main tank to play. Mal'Ganis Chromie coming out from the side of Team Alexander, though. And, maybe it wasn't the right call. Actually, there's so much to just go into here. Whenever I play Mal'Ganis, and some of my friends who are much better than me have confirmed, nothing feels worse than having Telegraph CC like Mal'Ganis and then just getting a point-and-click stun to the face from Uther. So I am living for Chili Mountain right now.
Team Alexander with that Mal'Ganis. The Uther's already locked in, so you're thinking Mal'Ganis, you're thinking pushbacks, your Lucios, your Rainers, your ETCs, but we've got that Uther already locked in on the side of Chili Mountain. I'm kind of feeling this Mal'Ganis pick. Mal'Ganis has had trouble since the Medallion patch just because every bit of CC is telegraphed coming on out from Mal'Ganis. But that Uther Cassia pick, I think it could work out here.
I'm really excited, especially with the pull into the Uther. This could be Divine Shield, it could be Divine Storm. You already have the point-and-click CC, but if you want to lock down a little bit more, then that's the way to play. Hanzo's still available. The possibilities are endless. Crushing Draws, Orthea, and we're going to go for Infrared Imperius and Mason plays Ariel. So this is going to be a main tank Uther, unless Dianaris has got the super spice happening here.
So we've got Imperius, who can main tank. We've got Uther, who can main tank. We've got a Cassia carry with Ariel coming out from Mason Blaze. I'm looking at this, and is there an Apather in our future from Chili Mountain?
Anytime you're ready.
Oh, man.
That's a really powerful 4-stack.
This is going to be so hard for Team Alexander. I mean, everything that we've said is 180 so far, so I'm going to say that it's still winnable for Team Alexander, but currently it just feels like such an outdraft here. I mean, this is so Galaxy Brain from Chili Mountain, assuming they play it correctly.
It's going to be a Malthael.
Oh, man. Malthael clears lanes so fast. Rotates much faster than Blaze. Nacho Jin on the Blaze.
So they've got the bunker and they've got the Carrion Swarm to deny last rights, but you're right, the wave clear advantage coming out from Malthael, it's going to be tough to deal with. Again, we're looking at the burden of execution on the side of Team Alexander. Can they pull it off? Team Alexander versus Chili Mountain, game number 4. Here we go. Alrighty. Game number 4. The vaunted Towers of Doom is the map. Here we go. On the left in the blue, Team Alexander. Fighting for their tournament lives is Hyde on the Ana, Spell playing Mal'Ganis, Nacho Jin on the Blaze, Lockdown on the Rainer, Gondar playing Chromie.
And over here on the right-hand side, we've got Mason Blaze on the Ariel. Infrared is going to be your Uther. Tremor is actually playing that Imperious. Roger on the Cassia, and of course Daenerys on the Malthael. So we did see a little bit of a swap here.
Well,
Tremor moving on to that Imperious. It still looks like a double tank, regardless of who ended up on the Uther and who ended up on the Imperious there. Heavy engage coming on out from the side of Chili Mountain. As the teams are going to lock up here in the mid lane. Just trying to get that wave clear, which looks heavily on the side of Team Alexander to start off with. This Tremor getting a huge double pick there. But the counter engage is good. Just counter after counter as Spell gets the nice knock up on the Fell Claws for the peel. Now we're going to see Blaze and Malthael move up. The rest of the teams, looks like they're not done fighting here, Jinxie.
Beautiful stuns coming out from Tremor here, who has gone for that level 1 Impaling Lice. Of course, that is the cooldown every time you consume one of your brand marks. And we see you get a ton of value in. Wave clear, I agree, is pretty abysmal from the side. Oh, stab coming out, lockdown. Has to use the medallion. Medallion comes out from Tremor as well. Everyone gets away. Back to my previous point. Really abysmal wave clear from the side of Chili Mountain, but they just kill you, and then it doesn't matter how far behind they are in soak, because you can't soak either, because you're dead.
Definitely a little bit of a tough situation there, as Tremor goes and triggers a trap. Spell could be in trouble here. The Impale lands from Tremor, and that's going to be it from Mal'Ganis. Going to be tough for old Mal'Ganis there until level 10 has arrived. Looks like Chili Mountain moving on down to the bottom lane.
Sappers picked up easily enough. Everybody should just try and clear them out here. We just have that Q coming out from Uther with the Silver Touch. You're going to give everybody a little bit of extra armor when they go into fight here, really paying off on Tremor. They get their Sappers and are able to clear the other Sappers, and just having this much engage and having this much sustain on the side of Chili Mountain has been really devastating.
Nacho Jin manages to get away, but Lockdown not so lucky. Rainer taken out. Spell knocked back once again here by Mason Blaze. The rest of Chili Mountain will escape for now. And another explosive start to this game from Chili Mountain.
Oh, man. if you're Team Alexander, what do you even do right now? The medallion was down. It's down for another 4 minutes or so for lockdown, and there's just nothing you can do. And Spurious has this spear up. Inspirious, I just said. And
Old
it's what he
Inspirious.
has. Impalia is coming out, having these spears up every 2 seconds. And, you know, there's only so much medallion cooldown.
Looks like the bottom lane. Gondar trying to get in position here. Spell moving around the outside. They will get the interrupt. Chili Mountain gets the right side channel on the top end. Looks like Rainer's going to get the left. Gondar looking for one more interrupt here. The crew is starting to come down. Spell coming on in as well. Can they get to Mason Blaze in time? Just in time there. What timing coming on out from Spell. So some pretty impressive delay here, Jinxie.
Really great job. Beautiful interrupt by Spell there at the last second. Lots of pinging coming out. Cassia went for those charge strikes instead. Went to go check her stacks to see that she is doing a ton of auto damage. Spell coming in once more. Has to be careful. Gets off that interrupt. Going in melee versus Uther is quite scary, so doing a great job. Finds the sleep. Great poke coming out as Gondar can just kind of stall this forever.
Solo laners starting to come down here, starting to take this fight more seriously as we are 7 versus 7. Tremor just looking for any sort of impale. Infrared on the outside here, looking at Spell. Alganis, is stunned out there. That could be trouble. Medallion is popped, manages to get the Night Rush up again. Spell trying to get away from the fend of Roger. Nice, unstoppable there. Cinaris in some trouble here, trying to trade out versus Lockdown. It's going to be a double kill. 1 for 1 there in the mid. Now we're on to 4v4. And the delay potential from Team Alexander hasn't really let up here.
Just gonna try and keep pushing it out. Nacho Jin is very low. This could be going over to Chili Mountain. Spell has to back away. Mason Blaze keeping everyone nice and healthy. Gondar chunked into oblivion.
Ooh.
Has to step back. A couple of tower shots taken, but nothing Roger can't handle. And this is going to be Infrared finally picking up that bottom shrine.
These team fights are often coming down to, does Tremor hit the Impale? If they get it onto the right target, that's game over for Team Alexander. But the peels from Ana, the peels from Mal'Ganis have been very strong so far. Very impressed with Team Alexander in denying just sort of the nearly double point-and-click engage coming on out from Chili Mountain. Look at that, the Oriole stacking on a quad Night Rush. Spell, you monster.
It is going to be them seeding this camp, however. Time Trap comes out, but it's not enough. Spell tries to come in. Whip comes out, not gonna connect. Big shouts to Hyde, by the way, keeping everyone alive on such high ping. Everett is going to be unstoppable used by Mason Blaze there to get away from Ana.
Looks like Chili Mountain has completed their disengage, but they're not happy with just that. Moving on to Nacho Jin, but the jet propulsion will be enough for Blaze to escape. Malthael double soaking there, so trying to delay Blaze and successfully doing so. So that's going to open up the lane for Malthael. Level 10 here for Chili Mountain.
Tremor is taking a little bit of a pounding. Sleep comes out. He has no mana.
Oh, look at the
That's
pull.
biggest issue with the pull from Chromie, though. She's getting very low, but Ana able to heal up. Trevor has found one more spear. Nobody getting out yet. Nacho Jin looking for more. Mason Blaze has to get hit with that Divine Shield. Can Roger get out? They've used everything. The slow is real. Crystal Aegis.
Goodness, the saves are real, but Roger just can't quite get away. Team Alexander relentless in their pushing forward, and it looks like the level 10s are favoring the blue team as our next altar is up and available here.
Oh man, signs of life coming out from Team Alexander. They find their heroic abilities and are finally able to pick off Cassia. Just the amount of harassment that went in and the inability to get in their own base. So many resources were used, and in the end, it just wasn't enough.
So difficult to get around that slowing sands. Interrupts galore coming out from Team Alexander, but Tremor with a nice double pull. What a medallion from Lockdown. Spell just gonna sleep and swag right on out of there. Such low cooldowns on those escapes as well. Chili Mountain gonna have to just engage over and over and over until it works.
It has just been remarkable here. Lockdown, gonna get hit with the last right. Just enough health to live. Sleep coming out once again. Ana is gonna fall. And so is Chromie down in the bottom here. Team rotating up to help. Out comes the Crystal Aegis. Tremor not connecting with the spear. Spell very low. Out comes the bunker. Is immediately blasted to bits. Carry on Swarm to heal up. But the remaining members of Team Alexander finally able to get out here. And just what a great engage, disengage. This time we're seeing an insane amount of aggression from Chili Mountain and a little bit more turtle from Team Alexander, which has been paying well, but still they have to give up so much. This camp is taken away once again.
Great work there. Tremor still thinking about going in. The slowing sands is down. That's a pretty tough choke point. Chili Mountain going to back off here. Altars are coming up. It's going to be a double Sapper play here for Chili Mountain. First Sapper camp. Sapper camp cleared away here from Team Alexander. Looks like both teams may look for level 13 before this next team fight.
And so used to grab vision, no surprise, spears over the wall. Level 13 just on the cusp for Chili Mountain here.
Chili Mountain looking for the interrupts. Looks like the focus will be on this upper altar. It's Nacho Jin getting the delays. So far, Team Alexander has been on point with all of their delays. Chili Mountain knows they're going to have to try to move around to this bottom lane, try to stretch Team Alexander thin, or just take the team fight. Tremor can't find the spear onto Gondar. Spell is knocked back. There's a big pull. That's going to be it for Raynor, and that's exactly what Chili Mountain wants. Nacho Jin on the outside trying to get on through, but the stun stack. Is this going to be too much for Blaze? The bunker is available. Going to put that down to try to secure the escape. But with Raynor down, there's only so much they're going to be able to continue to do in this team fight.
Full spear Imperious, absolutely no joke there. Finally grab one, other altar is picked up, and now everybody just gonna back out, try and reset here. Mason Blaze has no energy, so typically not the time you want to fight. Could be an opportunity for Team Alexander now.
Spell moving in. Team Alexander looking for Xenaris, but Malthael manages to mount up and escape. Tremor just looking for a rotation. The rotation's coming their way. Gonna have to be careful here. As Spell finds the Fellclaw stun. Great pushback by Mason Blaze. Unstoppable coming out as well. Team Alexander's not done, though. They've shown this. They're relentless in their push power. Spell knocked back again. The Fellclaws aren't going to land. Big pull going to miss Gondar this time as Chili Mountain desperately trying to get in between their gate. Infrared juking and jiving. And it looks like Chili Mountain do manage to get away.
Playing so safe, so calculated. The whips from Mason Blaze. I mean, they banned out that Deckard, but it doesn't seem to really matter. Those attainment strikes almost finished up with the quest. Has to hit one more hero to finish it off, and we'll be able to do so with relative ease, I believe, as they're going to try and find a spell here. Looks like this is going to be one engage, though, they can't take as the camp is picked up by Team Alexander.
Looking to possibly give Malthael some time already at that top wall as we see Nacho Jin just trying to catch this XP. We've got a single altar phase down in the bottom lane that our teams are going to have to deal with in just 15 seconds here. Lockdown moving across the map. Team Alexander, they may be looking for this camp steal. Tremor does not land the Impale. Could this be the engaged Team Alexander wants? Spell moving right on past. Tremor, doesn't quite hit the Impale. The teams are going to reset here. Try to set up around this bottom altar.
Great reaction from Gondar. They're able to get the time trap off to make sure there was no Impale follow-up. Great interrupt once again. Really trying to shut down these spears. I think Team Alexander has finally understood they have to focus down Tremor before hitting anybody else in that backline because he's just
Lockdown being chased. Last rites. Not going to do it. Xenaris now on the retreat, trying to warp on through, but that's it for Malthael. Counterkill is good onto Mal'Ganis before the Carrion Swarm can land. Chromie in some trouble here. Gondar going to get pulled on back. The bunker is out. Can Gondar get in? Yes, Nachojin and Gondar going to move around, but Chromie just too low health and Lockdown getting speared onto. But Hyde is there with the heals. Once again, Chili Mountain getting the better of these engages.
Gonna go ahead and grab this up. They do have the level 16, and it's so hard for Team Alexander to really get anything done. I mean, at this point, we have the full-on stab build from Tremor here, and he's basically just a main tank assassin. He's got infinity health, he heals up beautifully, and then just every single time he goes in 3 or 4 seconds to get those big stuns. What can you really do?
It's going to be tough here. I don't know the adjustments the Team Alexander is going to have to make here, but they're pretty even on XP. It looks like they're going to focus on this top lane to try to pull the attention of Chili Mountain. But right now, the bottom lane is the important one. Chili Mountain set up for the defense.
I really like this play from Team Alexander. So many times on...
Xenaris trying to get away. That's going to be it for Malthael in the top lane.
That is going to be the top altar traded out. And that was the point I was kind of trying to touch on. Is so many times on here, you see the bottom lane taken, and then all 4 heroes just kind of hang out bottom and hope they can find something as another spear comes out onto Nacho Jin. Unstoppable from the Pyromaniac. Nobody connected on the Valkyrie. Hyde still in trouble. Goodbye, Hyde.
Those lanes just so long here on Towers of Doom. Having to walk all the way from one fort back to the other is a tall, tall order. Ana's going to go down, and that's going to be sort of an incidental boss pickup here for Chili Mountain as we have a triple altar phase coming on through.
Yeah, you know, you ever just take the boss? Like, this is here. May as well just grab it.
It's kind of in the way, you know.
Oh, no.
So we've got another pause.
Roger
this time. Going to shift the lag blame. Going to tank that over to a different teammate.
Oh, man. There's always been a joke about Roger's internet. If there's a pause, it's probably Roger. He plays on a potato. I actually don't know if that's true or not. That's always just been the big joke that everybody says.
Playing from one of those offshore submarines can be difficult. We're going to have Roger back up and running in just a moment here. So boss shots onto the core. It's a triple altar phase here. Ana down for another 20 seconds. Malthael just getting back onto the battlefield. If you're Team Alexander, do you just take the 2-for-1? Or, like, I'm at a loss for words. I'm not sure what they do here strategy-wise.
It is really, really tough. There are so many things that they have to think about. I mean, the Imperius is really, really shutting people down, but the Uther and the Ariel are keeping everybody so healthy, and I really think that maybe continuing to pick off Malthael is the play here. If they can get onto Xenaris and try and just squish him, then take a 4v5, it's... I don't know. Have they tried praying?
We'll have to see what they come up with here. The altars are up. It looks like Mal'Ganis going to take the bottom altar. Gondar and crew going to try to interrupt the top left. So 2 of the 3 have been taken. Can Chili Mountain find their next engage? Xenaris trying to go in there. Ana back up just now. Can Team Alexander stay healthy and safe long enough? Tremor going for the Impale, going right onto the back line. Has to get away here. The slowing sands is fantastic here from Gondar. Tremor has to pop the armaments, but Oriole coming in with the save. Divine Shield as well. And so much support coming out for Tremor. My goodness, this team fight, Jinxie.
Killing anybody. I was saying, like, you have to focus the Imperius. They did that time, and it just doesn't matter. It's communication first and foremost from Chili Mountain. Just, I've got him, it's fine. Like, don't burn your big cooldowns. And then finally able to do it. Nacho Jin is going to take this altar back, so that's an extra shot going over to the side of Chili Mountain, or excuse me, Team Alexander. But sappers are being picked up. Everyone's alive and healthy. There.
Team Alexander, with Ana coming in a little late, go 2-for-1 with an extra shot. Not what I was expecting at all out of that engage. But here we are. Tremor finds the stab onto Raynor. Lockdown still pressing forward. Can Malthael get the value in the top lane? So we see Team Alexander actually ahead on the path to level 20 here.
Really surprising. Those picks really did help out. And despite the way the team fights have been going, like you said, Team Alexander, they got that extra fort. They got the extra shot in from the altar. Now they're closer to 20. This could be what they're looking for. And I really like this play from them, using their ability to siege and clear lanes faster than Chili Mountain. They're able to take this bottom, and now we could be stuck in that game of cat and mouse where one team takes an altar, then they take it back, but the other one has been taken, and they just kind of do this loop around the map.
Absolutely. It looks like Chili Mountain trying to create some pressure in that top lane to buy themselves time. Lucky placement on these altars for them. They are in the top lane, but they really, really want to find level 20 before they're engaged upon. Team Alexander starts to set up here. See Tremor being chased out by the Raynor's Raider.
Take the altars.
Now, Chili Mountain actually committing to the bottom lane here. Possibly giving up some shots. We'll see if they've got the interrupts required. Looks like they don't. It's going to be double altars going over to Team Alexander. I think that's probably the play there, Jinxie Cat. What do you think about that choice?
I really like that. I think it was smart for them to try and clear away those sappers. They did lose the shots, but it is a difficult team fight. They finally were able to pick up 20. Didn't have it at the start there, so they clear out. They had 23 shots, down to 13 now, so things have definitely evened up, but you have the points to spend. It's okay. Nobody feels bad losing the game, whether you've got 40 points or you've got 1. So just trying to take back this bottom lane here. However, gonna be a tough fight, especially as Team Alexander moves in.
Core health, absolutely a resource that Chili Mountain used there to get back on even talent tiers. Trying to find a way to take back this bottom fort just so they have access to this lane and access to the next objective. Nice sleep dart coming out there from high. There's the slowing sands. Tremor in some trouble here. That Chromie Pierce, that level 18 talent. Gosh, Roger, going down super low there. All of a sudden, Team Alexander, they're in the driver's seat here.
Have made an insane comeback as 3 more shots get in, bringing the side of Chili Mountain down to 10. And this is what we were talking about. They still have the ability to come in, find these picks, and now they're slowly but surely getting back ahead. 1 altar available here. Nano coming out from the Chromie, though. Just gonna go ahead and wait that out.
Chili Mountain almost caught with the unorthodox rotation there from Team Alexander, trying to bomb over the wall. We've got a single altar phase in the bottom lane, going to put 5 shots on the core here against Chili Mountain. Boss is up in 2 seconds. It looks like they're going to take that as a possible consolation prize here. Team Alexander, I think they've sniffed this out. They're on the way here, Jinxie.
They're coming in as fast as they can. Sleep comes down onto Imperious. The boss has been reset. Do they look to fight over it now? Tremor stepping up. He is only about half health. Has to immediately pump with Angelic Armament. Stella's used all of his CCs. Very, very low. Pops the carry-on form. Out comes that Uther 22 members with the Divine Shield. But Infrared has to run for his life and stop over Cassia. Nacho Jin on top of everybody. Meanwhile, in the back, Raynor and Hyde being so bullied. Spell another great sleep. Unbelievable. Nobody died there, and the boss lives.
Xenaris actually did go down in that fight, but Malthael with the level 20 just says, I don't feel like I died. You know when you're playing dodgeball and that kid just gets hit and just goes, no, I wasn't. That's Malthael level 20.
Able to get back into this. Only 5 shots left on the core. Chili Mountain really needs to clean up here. And I really have to give commendations to Team Alexander, who have understood, you know, we can't team fight, so what if we just don't? Sniff out this time trap. Time Walker's Pursuit confirms the boss has to wait for now. 2 altar phases, and right now Chili Mountain needs to defend both of these.
It is 5 shots on the core with this bottom fort still under control here from Team Alexander. So Team Alexander only needs one of these. Chili Mountain, they need to find and engage, and they need to find it fast.
They're looking here. Imperius has already burned his heroic ability, trying to get some extra damage, and the swords do not connect, though. Spear on a Nacho Jin. There is the Valkyrie. Gondar, very low. That's not who you want to go down. Bunker is used, and as another spear comes out onto lockdown, Infrared is channeling. Spell is in the back. They have to stop to come in and fight. Carry on Swarm is good. Nano onto lockdown. Spear, though, from Tremor. Sleep comes out. Lot still available.
Chili Mountain, they're all so low, and they have to still defend both points. Malthiel, keep an eye on the top one. Spell trying to evade capture in the bottom brush. I think Hyde may be giving away the goose a little bit there. Oh, there's a big stun onto Nacho Jin. That's going to be it for Blaze, but look at Mal'Ganis. The sleep dart. Oh, the holy shot from Infrared.
Oh, that's one set going in. They need the other one. Nobody channeling yet. Spell is very low. Probably will be back in 7 seconds. I don't think it matters here, though.
9 shots on the core here. If Chili Mountain can turn over one tower, take the altar, and take the boss, that'll be it. But there's not that much time left on Blaze. Looks like they're just going to go for the 5 shots. We see Team Alexander catching Xenaris on the rotation.
Oh, that's a bad pick if he goes down.
Malthiel going to come right back.
Minions will get this. They're finally going to start the channel. Anachromi cannot do this alone. So still another 8 seconds on Nacho Jin, another 24 on to Mal'Ganis here. So the boss comes back. Xenaris is still here. This is a 5v4, 5v3.
Blaze coming through the mid. Mal'Ganis coming up in 5 seconds here. Chili Mountain, they want to end this game right now. The boss is going to leash. Is Tremor going for a kill here? Xenaris working on Hyde on the top side. Oh no, the turn is good. Onto Imperius. Imperius is down. Team Alexander turning this around. Malthiel taken out in the mid lane. Team Alexander, they want to keep going as Nacho Jin slides right through those divine shields. Team Alexander turned that fight.
Great whip saves Infrared, but with only 3 available, none of them with a huge engage tool. This is going to be a difficult delay for the next 30 seconds, 35 seconds. They have to try and steal this boss, and the whole team is up.
Chili Mountain trying to come up with the miracle defense. 3v5 here, but Roger only has so much room to work with here. Oriole goes down in the background. That's going to be it for Roger. Infrared being double slept there. Uther taken out. Team Alexander somehow, some way, clawed their way back here on Towers of Doom. They're going to get the boss, and they're going to take the game. We're going to a game 5. GG.
Oh my goodness. What a comeback. I thought for sure this was it. There was no way that Team Alexander was going to be able to defend this. They were outdrafted at the start, just a beautiful checkmate in the draft, but they managed to just hang out, take a breath, wait for those 20s, find the picks where they needed to, and now we're going to game number 5.
Taking a look at the stats, just so even. 11 kills to 12 there. Both teams on top through different points of the game. Chili Mountain going for it all at the end. They take the 5 shots. They go for the boss. And it was 3v5 for a good portion of that defense there from Team Alexander. They somehow turn it around onto Imperius and snowball it to a victory. Incredible gameplay there in game number 4.
Oh man, don't call it a comeback, and this is why Towers of Doom is the map to go to when your back is against the wall. They had 12 shots for so long, then they had 4, finally able to bring it down to the wire. They come back. However, now is where the real test begins. They're not...
Jump in and see we going to see a change? Are we going to see a pocket strat? I mean, if you're 2-2, obviously what you've been doing is working. So I've got to feel like we're looking at a pretty similar style draft from both of our teams. There's going to be a hard engage, there's going to be a big catch. But which side's going to be doing that for this run? What do you think, Jinxie?
Oh, man. I think the Deckard needs to be banned away again. We're going to see the Chromie banned out, and I think that makes a lot of sense. Again, it really shut down the Imperius in both of those games. So, does Alexander ban Deckard and go Ana again? Or do they ban the Ana because it is difficult to play on high ping and give the Deckard away? Because if I am... looks like they are going to ban the Deckard. Okay.
Deckard banned away there by Team Alexander, doing too much damage there for Chili Mountain. Happy to give up any other support. Last time we saw the Anduin ban in response from Chili Mountain. Will we see that again here, or do they want to take something else off the board? That Ana was kind of a pain there.
Cassia still available. Didn't work out the past 2 games. It has been played, but it looks like they are going to give it up.
So not deciding which healer they want to give over. They're just going to say, pick whichever one you want. It's going to be Ana for Hyde. They want to lock down those big damage dealers from Team Alexander. Chili Mountain coming in with the double pick. They see the Ana. They've played some pretty aggressive comps thus far. I've got to think they're going Imperius again here.
I like the Imperius. It is kind of difficult again. Having to clear so many camps. Maybe draft a little bit more camp clear this time round. But looks like they're going for this.
Sylvanas. Back on the board for Roger. And it is going to be Stukov for Mason Blaze. That did make it all the way through the last game unpicked, but bringing it on back. Double silence comp for Chili Mountain. Try to close out this series.
So... do we see another mage, or are we going for the Eye of Horus? Chromie has been banned away.
He's gone. There's that Muradin for Spell, making a reappearance. Lockdown so powerful on the Rainer so far this series. Gonna be taking that.
I'm a little bit disappointed to see the Muradin, if we're being completely honest here. In the past couple of games, I don't feel like it's necessarily been as effective as they're hoping for. Gonna see the Janna ban out. I think that's smart.
Big power with the Ana for sure.
I really liked the Mal'Ganis last game. I know the lanes are a little bit wider this time round, but the consistent sleeps on a 4 and 5 members was so good. With Muradin, you've got one stun. That's your engage. That's your peel. That's your disengage. It feels really rough here, I think.
It's going to be an Anubarak ban coming out from Team Alexander. Going to try to deny the isolation kills. Anubarak into double silence is absolutely just a death sentence, no matter how you look at it. So just looks like Team Alexander trying to deny the pick options. It's going to be Li Ming coming on out from Infrared. I was expecting that to come out for Team Alexander, so great counter pick there, and Tremor's going to have themselves a Varian.
This is another variation of the just we kill you comp, and I really like it here on Hanamura. What's funny is I was actually like, okay, get all the silences in. We'll get Brightwing with Hush. We'll get Varian because Taunt does technically count as a silence. And they actually pick it up here. This is a great Taunt, Silence, Li Ming combo. They need an off lane, maybe a...
Let the games begin.
Leo and Hanamura is kind of weird, but I like the Entomb here. Medivh solves a lot of problems, especially into a blow-up comp.
Absolutely. Looks like Chili Mountain is going for the one kill. If they can get the stuns out for long enough, if they can... Oh gosh, Medivh throws such a wrench into that plan. How can Xenaris deal with this? How are they going to lock down these portals from the off lane? It's going to be a Chen for Xenaris, just trying to jump all over that skinny backline of Team Alexander.
The more I think about it, the more I like the Chen. Spell jumps in, Chen can jump in, and then you still have a Varian who can taunt to kind of disengage and help folks out. Really, the only immobile hero on this side of Chili Mountain is Stukov. So as long as he's playing safely, which it's Mason Blaze, he's going to be in a pretty solid position. They should be fine.
Absolutely. It's going to be very interesting comps here for sure. Looking at these comps, I'm looking at us loading in here. The silences are good, but the Medivh portal is going to be very, very difficult for Chili Mountain to handle. They're going to have very short windows of time to get their blow-ups. But we don't have to wonder any longer, as we're loading into our game number 5. Final match of this series. Winner will be going on to face Team Exodia in the grand finals. On the left in the blue, it is Team Alexander with Gondar on the Medivh. Nacho Jin is on the Urel. Hyde playing Ana. Lockdown on the Rainer. And Spell playing Muradin.
Alrighty, and over here for the last time this evening, it is going to be Chili Mountain with Infrared on the Li Ming. Mason Blaze is going to be your Stukov. Tremor is the Varian. Roger on the Sylvanas, and up in the top where everybody is going. Down the bottom, it's Xenaris on that Chen.
A switcheroo late in the game there for Chili Mountain. Trying to throw you off your cast. That's okay. We can handle it.
Okay.
Looks like the Sylvanas cheese coming on through here.
Alright, so I think I figured it out. Galaxy Brain play. You find the person you want to kill, and then Chen just barrels away the Medivh, and then he can't portal. It's genius.
Okay, yeah. I mean, you've got the pushbacks to get people away from that portal. There's not a lot of other options that a Chili Mountain has for displacement. And when you're talking about the Lord of Displacement, you're talking about Chen. Interesting pickup here for sure. As we see the continued push here in the top lane from Chili Mountain.
This is great with the Sylv and the Blaze. We can see, or the Li Ming, excuse me, looking at Mason Blaze there. We see the black arrows come out. They both just have such long range siege, which can be very difficult. Gondar and Spell gonna have a little bit of issues dealing into that, but it is time to get the Genji camp, so the siege subsides for the moment.
Both teams on that right on time here. Gonna get those pushing in the lanes and get back to the map. See Gondar just moving around the lanes, trying to stack up that Master's Touch. Make sure that there's no troubles getting that reduced cooldown and extra damage as we go into the late game. Portal is out. Gondar's away.
We do have all 5 members of Chili Mountain down here in the bottom, just trying to clear this out as fast as they actually take it back. Varian is top. I don't know how to count. Going to see this Genji camp cleared out here. Same up in the top lane. Don't want that to get on your forts here. Lockdown is going to take a ton of damage from him, but he gets that big old dragon slash out.
Varian chilling hard in the top lane, just witnessing the destruction of the Sentinel. We're starting the Hanamura shuffle, just moving around the map, grabbing that XP, waiting for the camps to be up once again here. Spell denies the engage of Tremor. Just to confirm, it is a taunt Varian. Anything else would be silly.
Now we start the dance. Chili Mountain has gone top, so Team Alexander has gone bottom. Just always taking the vision camp. It is something that does help this game go a little bit faster here, as we are going to see the black arrows come out the top. Always taking those camps allows the XP to flow much faster, so we do get those earlier level 10s and so forth, usually reaching level 20 at about 15 minutes. Max.
Absolutely there. See Nacho Jin putting some damage onto Xenaris in the bottom lane as the teams will just continue to trade out their vision camps, getting that big whopping experience buff that you get from those. It's Infrared going to put some damage in there, but Chili Mountain just a little bit too late on the engage. And I'm interested to see how much these teams are actually going to commit to this payload.
This is an interesting objective, as I've heard many of the higher ranked players say this is one of the payloads that you kind of just never die over. It doesn't do a whole lot. In fact, once you get to the later levels, it usually takes about 2 of them to kill a keep, so most teams don't find a whole lot of value in it, though. Getting these camps, finding the Sentinels is the main play, so they're willing to trade this out and then just kind of push it along if it's available.
See the Sentinels coming up from both sides. Teams immediately abandoning the payload. Looks like Spell's going to hang out and try to get a bit of an advantage there. Sentinel taken, and Spell will hightail it right on out of there.
Are going to see a little bit of push coming out from Chili Mountain as both Sentinels are grabbed up. Medivh always giving vision in that Raven form. Going to step through. We see the engage coming from the side. A nice safe rotation from Team Alexander, making sure they're not getting caught out by this Varian. And this has got to be so rough for Chili Mountain. The Varian power spike is from 4 to 10. We're already at level 8, and nobody has died. Nobody being picked off here. The longer the game goes on, the more tools that Team Alexander will have to deal with this, and it's going to really get less and less value.
It's going to be tough here for Tremor for sure. If we ultimately do get a team fight, we may see the value there. One thing I have really liked from Chili Mountain so far is every time the Sentinel has been up on the side of Team Alexander, they just continue their siege in the top lane just a little bit more, using those black arrows to move in, get some chip damage, and ultimately put this game on a timer.
Slowly but surely, everybody is working towards it, and that's a great point that you bring up. We are going to see a little bit. Oh,
Zinara's scooting on out of there. Nice Medivh portal in from Gondar.
I do think this will be easier for Chili Mountain once we hit level 13 and we can get the virulent reaction. Mason Blaze will be able to root folks in the silence, maybe even Medivh himself, and then you won't be able to go through the portal. So that's probably going to be the opportunity they're looking for after, if they can't find these earlier game picks.
What a protect bubble coming on out from Medivh, saving Muradin there. And that's the power of Medivh into this Varian comp. Chili Mountain's going to have to try more than a couple times to get that combo and get that pick as we see level 10 coming on through here for Chili Mountain.
Gonna be the first to pick it up there, looking for Varian. They did opt for the shield wall instead of the charge, so a little bit less mobile. No Galaxy Brain on the barrel. Is gonna be the Storm, Earth, and Fire. Level 10 finally reached 14 Alexander as well. The opportunity to fight a talent up has concluded, but they're gonna go for it anyways.
Taunt is good onto Nacho Jin. Tremor just working around the outside here. That silent zone from Mason Blaze on the Stukov, very difficult to deal with. It looks like Team Alexander have the better of this engage for now. Chili Mountain says, whoop, timer's gone off. Time to get the Sentinel.
At least they have 100% camp up time. You know, I'm sure we've all had that Storm Division game where you're like, can we please get the Sentinel? Please, they're pushing our keep. So really great map awareness here. Now that you said, though, we see the bottom lane has to be pushed out. The Sentinel has to be dealt with. So more chip damage coming in the top here. Do finally see the members of Team Alexander show up. Slowly but surely, we will see that top fort go down.
One of these days, we're going to see a structure go down as Nacho Jin trying to push in with this Sentinel. Medivh coming on down for the assist. We see Chili Mountain grabbing the right side turret. Team Alexander doing the same. And not exactly the fireworks in this game that we've expected from this series here, Jinxie.
It has been a very different playstyle from both the teams. In fact, we still don't have a kill. Like, I don't think that the teams know that each other are here. They're just kind of doing their own thing, having to back off, and Taunt comes out. A little bit of a team fight breaking out. Of course, nobody committing. And
a hint, a whisper, a rumor of a team fight.
Once we hit level 20, we might actually see them start to fight each other, but I think this is the furthest that the objective has moved all game.
Starting to make its way down here. Spell possibly thinking about moving up. Zinara's just trying to be a little bit of a bother there. As look at that, top lane siege. Team Alexander spotted in the bottom lane, and Chili Mountain just get their get their 2 hits, fly on out.
If you're Gondar, you've got to be so exhausted. You spent the entire time just mounted up, chasing down the red team. You put down a portal just to kind of shoo them out of the top lane. The second you get to do something fun, they're back up there pushing. It must be so hard.
Spell taking some hits there. Nice sleep dart onto Tremor. Gonna deny the engage onto Lockdown. We're resetting again here, Jinxie. Is Team Alexander gonna yank this payload back up through the middle of the map?
Oh man, almost made it past the bushes this time. Slowly making progress, but once again, here comes Chili Mountain. Oh, Gondar's actually early this time, so they don't get... Oh, finally get it.
Fort gonna go down. We're gonna see the ever-popular periodic catapults in the top lane. As now the Sentinels coming on up here. Looks like Team Alexander's done trading. They want to go in and possibly steal this Sentinel.
Now's the time to do it. 13 to 13. The Virulent Reaction is online, though. The deck has already been used. They do find the taunt and the stun onto Nacho Jin there. Ardent Defender having to come out. Outcome Storm, Earth, and Fire spell very low. Already using the Avatar. Baby Portal comes out. That is going to be Murden going down. Nacho Jin running for their life, but Wave of Force puts an end to that. Lockdown with the Nano. Wave of Force once again is taunted. Tremor is very, very low. Out comes the Portal. Great knockback with the penetrating round. And 3 members make it out alive as Hyde just kind of crept off to the side. Now that does mean, though, Sentinel will be taken aggressively by Chili Mountain.
Chili Mountain finally opening up more than a sliver of an advantage. They're going to steal a Sentinel. Chen is going to sit on the payload. The rest of the team going to use those black arrows to get extra value down here in the bottom lane. Looking at this Chili Mountain comp right now, the double silence, even with the Medivh saves, was so hard for Team Alexander to deal with. I mean, Team Alexander just feels like they're slowly losing right now.
I'm not quite sure why they took that fight. There was really no advantage that they had aside the Leyline Seal. They were level 13. This is what we were talking about. The power spike that comes back for Chili Mountain being able to prevent somebody from going through a portal. And like you said, silences came out. Early burst was there from Li Ming. And as such, Spell and Nacho Jin ended up getting their lives.
I think Team Alexander felt like they had to make something happen. The way that the trades were going, they were just slowly losing position, slowly losing structures. They had to try something. It didn't work out that time. We saw them move across and steal that turret camp. They're going to make a double turret play. Although it may not be a double turret play as Tremor going in, getting slept once again. My goodness. Hyde just a monster there, knowing exactly what Tremor wants to do there and determined not to let them do it.
Playing the Ana, hitting that sleep dart, and predicting the timing that Varian is going to come in, all while at about 200 ping, is just unreal. It shows you what a great team Team Alexander, and specifically Hyde, is playing on this Ana. However, in the grand scheme of things, you know, aside a couple of picks here and there, it's not really doing much. Maybe later on, as these team fights become more and more important, those death timers get longer, we'll see more happening. But for right now, the first payload, which was dropped at about minute 2, is finally going to go in.
First objective complete. Although I'd say it's probably 4th or 5th on the list of priorities here on Hanamura Temple, but Chili Mountain does pick it up. Tremor going to be chased out by Gondar here as we now have both forts down. Team Alexander trying to rotate back. That stolen camp, this keep wall is in tatters here, Jinxie.
Really great play coming to help out the objective, so they were able to get some more shots going through. And then, of course, that Sentinel pushing down while everyone was down did allow for a bit of extra damage. We're going to see, once again, the camp is up, so it's time. Everybody take your camp. Okay, now we rotate.
Team Alexander may possibly be getting caught out here. Tremor moving across. Xenara's coming on down. Gondar is there to get everyone out. Chili Mountain staying ahead here. Though we saw in the last game, level 20 was a big moment for Team Alexander. Can Chili Mountain get far enough ahead here to deny that level 20 turnaround?
having those 2 forts constantly puts them ahead with the progressive experience. They have to clear out this Sentinel before too much damage comes out. There's the virulent reaction. Gondar taking a big chunk of damage from Hyde, able to keep him alive. They do finally lose one of the towers before he goes down. So now we are seeing a little bit of reverse chip come out here from the side of Team Alexander. It has become more difficult for Chili Mountain to push in, seeing as only keeps are available now.
Team Alexander taking a bit of advantage here. Uh-oh, fight may be breaking out. Xenaris moving in. There's the taunt on Dispel. Arcane Rift from Gondar is going to drop this turret, but Tremor's going to pick it up. Medivh putting out the damage onto Xenaris. Looks like Chili Mountain are attempting to escape here. Tremor being slowed constantly. Nacho Jin, big hit, and they turn on Dispel. There's the arrow, and there's the kill. Ardent Defender is going to be enough for now. Goes... Oh, didn't make it through the portal. Nacho Jin is caught. That's going to be Urel going down. Xenaris continuing the chase. But it looks like Arcane Rift will secure the escape here.
Leyline Seal already back up. They've been fighting for so long. Really great reaction and accommodation here from Chili Mountain, who are understanding they can't just get the tried and true pick with the Li Ming Sylvanas and the variant taunt. Having to bait out that Force of Will is so critical, and they've done such a great job in both of these teams. After the portal is dropped, try and find somebody who's straggling behind. Spell on the Murden, always jumping into the back line. It's a great kill. There's always been that kind of taboo about LOL, don't hit the tank, but no, please do. Kill him. What's he gonna do? The rest of his team is left.
Great focus fire from our two squads. We are now at 4 structures to 1. A brief 2-level advantage here for Chili Mountain, well on their way to level 20. And Team Alexander, they've been in this position before. Can they turn this around? Looking at the Medivh stacks, the team fights have been so sparse. Medivh, 0 deaths, but only 33 stacks on that baseline quest is just tragic to see here. About more than doubled their stacks with that brief last team fight.
Oh man, now that you mention it, we take a look at Murden here too. We have 16 stacks on the Stormbolt quest, but if you look at the Perfect Storm, only 9. The Siege Hammers was giving him all the extra stacks there, and he's still not done. We're 16 minutes in, and these quests are just kind of going by the wayside.
Black arrows are out. Gonna finish off this wall, doing the long siege here with the Li Ming Mirror Ball. Chen keeping everyone healthy with that extended shield. Urel taking some time to push that payload just a little bit before backing off, and Chili Mountain gonna rotate hard. Nacho Jin getting caught here. Can Chili Mountain catch up? Doesn't look like they're gonna be able to, as Gondar is ready for the save.
Push coming in here, still not level 20, as Chili Mountain are going to be able to get this in. The members of Team Alexander opting to just be a little bit safer. So, as they continue to push in here, keep...
That's going to be bottom keep, absolutely here. There it goes. No structures left on the side of Team Alexander. Still about a full level away from 20. Chili Mountain gonna reclaim the site camp, and Team Alexander, they're gonna kind of be stuck on their side of the map here, Jinxie. How do you move out without vision, without lanes?
Luckily, they have the Medivh, so he will be able to scout where the roughest members to engage into are going to be for free. He can use the Raven form to just stay on top of everybody. Once he gets to level 20, he should have the upgrade that allows him to clear out these lanes with just a single Arcane Rift. So will get a little bit easier for Team Alexander, but of course that does mean, you know, you're still playing from the back foot, and there's a lot to go if they want to try and win this.
Level 20 has been achieved by Team Alexander. That's 5 turrets up on the side of Chili Mountain. They literally cannot take another turret camp right now without putting one down.
They're going to look to grab the Sentinel here, and they've basically got a small army at their disposal. Both Genjis being traded out, and now if you're Team Alexander, you have the 20, but you really don't want to look to fight unless you can maybe get a pick, try and clean out some of these turrets, because fighting over any kind of choke over any of these camps is going to be really rough.
Quick reminder to everyone, it is Mercenary Queen for Sylvanas, so these aren't just turrets, these are mega turrets. That's Chili Mountain looking to push in the bottom lane and force a reaction out from Team Alexander here. 2 members. Oh, Nacho Jin does have the Hearth prepped up. Nice awareness there coming out from Yrel.
Does Mercenary Queen affect the Sentinel? I don't think it does.
It does not affect the Sentinel because it's got a special boss tag, but it works with the turrets.
I was gonna say, because that would be really, really OP. But yeah, these turrets are gonna be devastating. We're gonna see Team Alexander clear out this camp, so they finally get a little bit of a vision before finally having to step back. We can see chores have to be done. Medivh keeping an eye on everybody, and now we're back to farming camps as we continue on. Nobody even looking at the payload. The payload isn't spawned yet, so that's why nobody's looking at it.
Nacho Jin going right into the backline here, nowhere near a Medivh portal. But members of Chili Mountain not getting split there. Tremor moving in, gets the taunt onto lockdown. Could this be the fight that Chili Mountain are looking for? Xinar's throwing out the... Oh, Medivh cheats is only going to catch one. Nice swipe there from Mason Blaze. Chen is the target, but not a great one as the stagger is popped. Medivh portal looks like everyone's going to get out alive. Oh, Tremor can't quite find the taunt onto Yrel. Some action coming out there. But now Chili Mountain still with 4 of the 5 turrets. Going to go pick up a 5th one there for Xinaris. Going to push in this payload.
He dropped it. He had to pick it up. I mean, now that he's got it, at least Team Alexander don't really have to worry about the turret invades because it's not really worth it. I mean, unless you can get the kills there, but it's kind of drop a turret to gain a turret. Does deny the turret from the other team. Taunt comes out. Out is that virulent reaction. He is rooted. Silence. Avatar pops just beforehand, though. There's 2 turrets going down as it's starting to look like Switzerland in here, Crush.
Tremor is going in, trying to find Nacho Jin's spell, maybe out of tricks, has one more dwarf toss. Silence is good. Look at the wave of force on Yrel, going to force out the Ardent Defender. The stuns coming out from Chen into the silence. Oh, Infrared can't quite get the Calamity kill. Look at the big stops from Medivh onto the members of Chili Mountain. This fight just will not cease. Nacho Jin in the background trying to survive. It's the short portal is lockdown, just plugging away here. No one has died. The core, look at the core, 40%. The catapults, there's 3 locked on. Medivh is down. There goes Raynor. And the core taken out by the Winions. Chili Mountain win the series, and they're going to the finals. GG.
Oh my goodness. The Winions for the end. Not necessarily the most climactic ending. One thing to note there is at least Gondar finally finished that
The Master's
quest.
Touch.
Yeah, the Master's Touch in the last team fight there. Got a couple of Medivh cheats coming out, all very impressive, but in the end, just not enough. The slow play from Chili Mountain, incredibly strong. They knew how to play the map. They knew what to take, and they are going on to face Team Exodia in the final series.
I think it's a little bit poetic that it was the Winions along with the objective that ultimately take the core. That was pretty much the story of the game there. Chili Mountain just displaying an expert knowledge of exactly where their team was in the game, exactly how to stay ahead, and that knowledge is going to put them into the next round. Quick look at the final stat screen here. No deaths on the side of Chili Mountain, only 6 kills to be had. It was Raynor, played by Lockdown, leading the way there for Team Alexander on the damage, topping out at 36k. 30, a whopping 39 for Roger on the Sylvanas to cap things out here. What a series, Jinxie.
Oh man, I definitely think that the Towers of Doom was what we needed there. Was great, just this sheer amount of skill, like you said, the decision making from Chili Mountain really shining through in that last game. Just the constant, okay, we know that they're bottom. We can get chip damage. And from there, the catapult will deal with the rest. They just kind of hung out in the bottom lane after that, trying to make plays on the camps, and it worked out beautifully. So, really, really well deserved there for Chili Mountain. Great job.
Incredible stuff. They take down Team Alexander for only the second time this entire series, and it secures them a spot in the grand finals. Congratulations to Chili Mountain on the 3-2 victory. So, I think that's going to bring us to the end of this series, Jinxie Cat. What a marathon there. It's man, that was a good one. That was a good one.
It was an absolute blast. Really, really well done. If anybody deserved to take Team Alexander down, I think it was Chili Mountain. They played beautifully. They're the only team that has been able to finish off Team Alexander outside of VGM in the very first series of the Storm Division Cup. So the very first series and the very last one, I think, well deserved to Chili Mountain. They have really, really outdone themselves.
Very well done. I think that's going to close things out here, Jinxie Cat. That was awesome. Thank you very much for coming on with me. It was a pleasure casting with you. I hope we can do it again sometime.
Oh my gosh, it was so much fun. Thank you so much for having me.
It's been great. Why don't you tell everyone in chat where they can find you when you're not here on the Nexus Gaming Series main channel?
Alrighty, guys. If you hit that exclamation mark casters in chat, you can find both me and Crush, because he's not here usually either, but twitch.tv/JinxieCat. I'm Jinxie Cat across all social medias, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, all that stuff. If you have any of that, then please go ahead and check it out. We do a lot of NGS casting for the regular season. We do fun things with some of the other tournaments involved, lots of World of Warcraft plays. So if you like Blizzard games, then please definitely check that out. And then why don't you tell us about yourself, Crush?
Well, you can find me casting all the Heroes of the Storm I can get my hands on over at twitch.tv/thecrushinator. You can also find me over on Twitter, Instagram, YouTube. Just put the Crushinator into Google. You'll find me. It's been an honor. It's been a pleasure. It's been an amazing series here, but it has to end. Thank you, everyone in chat, for coming on out today and watching this just total master display from these two teams. And don't forget to come back next week for the exciting finals here between Team Exodia and Chili Mountain. That's going to do it for us here today. Once again, thanks for coming on out, and we will see you next time.
Bye,
Bye.
guys. Thanks so much.